Los Angeles sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
I don't know where these sounds are coming from. Everybody's on my nerves today. Everybody's on my nerves.
Are you going to sit there and just take it?
Let's get to it. Your Wednesday afternoon. Mason and Ireland right now.
Good afternoon.
So, Morales took the day off.
No, he's right there.
Oh, but he didn't give us any, fancy
Yeah, he's got a lot
upsell.
He's got a lot of meetings, as you know.
Bergman's out today. That means Laura's taking over as producer. Laura, what's happening?
Laura, how's it looking over there?
It's good. It's good. I think I've annoyed Mace enough during our little.
You did not annoy me.
No.
No, you irritated me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
same
different. There's a difference.
Same difference.
Is it better or worse to annoy or to irritate?
Annoy is worse.
Yeah.
Annoy is a step past irritate.
See, I said you're just irritating me, so that's a compliment.
I'll take that.
Take
in a
that as
roundabout way.
like a disappointed in you kind of.
Correct. Exactly
I
right.
disappointed Mace.
So, hey, big day. Well, interesting day because we've got Lakers tomorrow night at home versus Denver. It is a must-win, do-or-die situation because, as John pointed out, you go down 3-0, you're done. So tomorrow night,
If we die, we die.
that's right. If
Just
you die,
leave
we
it on
die.
the court.
Let's go.
And again, if they win and the series becomes Denver 2, Lakers 1.
Yep.
Every year since 1996 in the NBA, someone has come back from a 1-2 deficit.
Yep.
Last year, the Warriors did it. 2 years ago, 4 teams did it.
Yep.
3 years ago, 6 teams did it. It's
See?
just completely different than if they win or lose. I mean, tomorrow night is the whole ballgame.
Yeah, they lose, it's over.
Yeah.
They win, they're alive.
Win, lose, Lakers for life, baby. Let's go.
Let's go, So Super Sam. So tomorrow's the NFL draft, too.
It is. Lots going on.
There is so much happening right now. So yesterday I made that bet of the 4 players. I took 4 players.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to win that
And
bet.
said the Rams are going to draft one of these 4 players. And they were all defensive players. And today, Travis Rogers and a lot of people online are saying, I think they're going to go offense. I think they're going to go offensive line. Which means it would make me completely wrong.
You're screwed.
Do you think they're going
Well,
offensive
I think
line?
one mistake that teams make in
Oh,
the
if it
draft
happens,
is
I'm
to
saying.
do what you're doing.
Which is?
Draft for position. I think it's a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take the best player on your board regardless. So
Even if you
for
are
example,
trying to replace in some way, shape, or form Aaron Donald, who was the heart of your defense
yes,
last year.
You look there first, but I wouldn't take a guy that's 6 or 7 spots down your board just because he's a defensive lineman or an edge rusher. For example, if Latu from UCLA is still on the board, they have to take him.
I've seen him going as high as number 9.
Yeah, but he
Has an injury history, yeah.
right, so he could drop.
Yeah.
So the injury history, but if he's not there, I wouldn't take a guy that you have ranked as a second or third rounder just on need.
They're not second or third rounders. They're all first rounders
Yeah.
on my list. They're all first round picks. So I'm not reaching
But I'm guessing
that far.
at least one of those guys won't go in the first round.
Yeah, I guess somebody can fall out of the first round. Sure.
They always do.
Yeah, but I think, if you look at it, I think it would be, and I understand the Rams they're playing something different. They're a little bit ahead of the curve. We talked about this with Les Snead earlier in the week. But the Rams have apparently decided they've got the second cheapest defense in the league and the second most expensive offense in the league. They have apparently made the determination that you can score a lot of points and survive a bad defense.
Well, especially when Sean McVay is running your team.
Exactly.
That's your strong. You play to your strengths. So
Yep.
I wouldn't be shocked if they went offense.
Yeah.
A little surprising.
I just thought, since they signed Jonah Jackson, I just thought they would go with Alaric Jackson at left tackle and go defense. But the 4 guys I had were defensive tackle Byron Murphy, Texas, edge rusher Jared Verse, Florida State, edge rusher Chop Robinson, Penn State, defensive tackle Johnny Newton, Illinois.
So did you hear the theory that ESPN, Adam Schefter, and those guys were kicking around this morning?
No.
Chargers pick where? Fifth?
Fifth. Thank you, Brian.
All right,
Charger
Brian,
fan.
Brian, what do you think of this? Apparently, Harbaugh likes J.J. McCarthy so much. Keep in mind, Justin Herbert's extension hasn't even kicked in yet. So use that pick on J.J. McCarthy and move Justin Herbert. It seems insane.
It is insane.
But maybe Harbaugh has something for Remember, everybody thought Harbaugh was insane when he started playing Colin Kaepernick over Alex Smith, and,
Right.
and they went to the Super Bowl.
Sure.
So
I think
that idea sounds just crazy to me.
Yeah, I think that sounds crazy. Anybody that suggests that should.
Someone that just got out of the insane asylum.
Exactly right. That's what Gvin Ham says.
There you
if
go.
you think Jim Harbaugh is going to take J.J. McCarthy and trade Justin Herbert, you do belong in an insane asylum. Right, Brian?
Oh, 100%.
They've got
There's
one
no
of
chance.
the. If you were to think about quarterbacks in the league, Justin Herbert is he
top 10 for sure,
top
maybe top
10,
5.
Yes.
maybe top 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
100%.
top 5.
I mean,
And
Mahomes,
proven. You don't know
Mahomes
what-
is 1, Lamar Jackson's 2, and then after that, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, and you don't
Right.
know on a quarterback until you see the quarterback in an NFL game. You just don't know.
And by the way, just to piggyback on the point that we're all making here.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, 10th
Yep.
in the draft. Lamar Jackson, 31st.
Yep.
Nikola Jokic, 41st.
Yes.
You know, you never know when a guy's going to pop.
You know what I'll say, John? It's about time.
For-
Reggie Bush got his Heisman back.
Yeah. I mean, I never would have taken
Come
it from him in the
on.
first place. Yeah, I mean, you guys really think Reggie Bush is the first player that won the Heisman who took money? I mean, there's just... there's
Especially in the context of what we're dealing with now, where players are making millions of dollars at the
Yeah.
collegiate level in NIL money. How can you keep Reggie Bush away from his Heisman?
Yeah, this should have happened 2 years ago.
Now, does that mean they'll put the big number back in the state?
I would.
Or is there an NCAA restriction that keeps them from putting the big number?
No, Reggie's been welcomed back by USC.
I know, but the point is, I think they haven't put the big number out because either the Heisman Trust or the NCAA hasn't included it.
Yeah, I would put the number back up.
But do you think it's the NCAA or the Heisman Trust? In other words, Heisman Trust already said, okay,
Right.
we're giving it to you back. I think at the NCAA
What I remember
needs to
was
sign off.
John McKay used to come on with us a lot. He's a great guy.
Yeah, JK.
And,
Not the John McKay.
Yeah.
We're not that old.
well, you know, JK prefers John.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nobody calls him JK.
Oh, except me, apparently.
The media made that up
Yeah,
so
to
they could
tell the
distinguish
difference.
between the two people. But,
Yeah.
but John told us once, and he told us on the air, he said, the reason that we're doing that is the NCAA is watching us, and we want to come off as cooperative.
Sure.
But all those penalties have now been paid.
Oh, yeah. Paid long ago.
Right. So, I mean, the NCAA is going to go away.
They are putting the Heisman back into
Heritage Hall?
Heritage Hall.
The harder decision is, okay, so what Mason's talking about is if you go to a USC football game, they have these huge jerseys they put up in the stands honoring former Heisman winners. And so there's Marcus Allen and there's Charles White. What do you do about OJ?
It's football. You leave OJ up.
No, he wasn't up last year.
Was OJ not up
No,
last year?
no, they've very
OJ's jersey's up in Heritage Hall.
with no plaque or description.
I think OJ's Heisman is in Heritage Hall.
I think that for years it was just the jersey with no accolades. Like,
Really?
Okay, OJ's jersey was there. You want to take a picture with OJ's jersey?
So are you telling
can.
me I have OJ's
I don't think
big
so.
jersey has
No,
not been up in the stadium?
and either has Reggie's. I think that those two have been the two that are missing.
Yeah, I mean I know Reggie.
I could be wrong. I mean, some USC fans will let me
Yeah,
know.
somebody. I
I mean, I'm not a USC grad, but I mean, there's plenty of people that listen to us that are.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever put OJ's number up. I think it obviously would have been a distraction, so they just stayed away from it.
yes, yeah, I get that. Although I remember interviewing Pete Carroll with OJ's jersey right behind him.
Right, with no explanation.
No explanation.
Just a jersey.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so big day, a lot going on, and we're all over all of it for you. Coming up next, Pizza Fest is coming to LA Live. Do you know that? 27th and 28th.
Good. I love
Every
pizza.
place in the world is going to be here. So the AEG folks are going to bring us pizza in a while. And lots of everything. I wanted to get to this right off the bat, John. Right off the bat, no waiting whatsoever. Les Snead says that he's getting advice from Danglin Furry. Do you know what that means?
No.
I will explain it next.
Okay.
Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, let me tell you about Southern California Toyota dealers. For as long as I've been affiliated with the Lakers, and I've been working with them since the 90s, they've been partners with Toyota. 48 years, Toyota and the Lakers have been in business together. Why? Because year after year, Toyota delivers reliability and simply the best vehicles on the road. And right now, Brand new inventory waiting for you to choose from. An amazing selection of cars, trucks, crossovers, and EVs, SUVs. They're all there. Great deals waiting for you now. All you got to do is see your Southern California Toyota dealers or visit Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy.
Seven ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Laura was at the chiropractor yesterday, and I'm like, I don't think I believe in chiropractors. You believe in chiropractors?
Never been to one.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
It's weird, though,
yeah,
that
but they're not
cracking.
real doctors, right?
Yes, I believe
No, I don't think they're
They
medical
don't have to go to
doctors.
medical school.
No.
No. But like they go through okay, so there's different kinds, and one of the guys that actually Janice knows him. It was like the most random thing.
Okay.
And he also has he's also like what is it, physical therapist?
Okay, physical
So
therapist.
he
Again,
does
not
both.
a doctor.
But they help you.
They do help you.
You know what I mean? So like when I was telling Mace, when he cracks or one of the guys, they crack, they're like, you know, but then there's this petite girl and she just goes, and it just like.
But the problem is you
I don't
get
like it.
addicted to cracks. right? You need to keep going back to get your back
So
cracked.
I've been going to a place that's like it's called Stretch Life in Manhattan Beach. It's like a stretch lab.
Right, it's like
they're also
stretch
amazing.
lab.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're great too. And those guys I don't think have medical degrees, and they're great.
Yeah,
So, you know,
yeah.
if you get the right guy, I guess it's good.
I don't want to piss off all the chiropractors. Lots of people go to them. If it works for you, it works for you. I just never was into that.
Mace,
Yeah.
you need a good crack. Like,
Yeah, no,
no?
no, I'm fine. I've learned to. I know how to crack my own back.
But
Do
you
you
don't
ever
do
crack
it
your own back?
correctly.
I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do it.
Yeah, you
but
don't
I
do it
stretch
correctly.
I stretch almost every day.
Yeah, you do.
So
you do.
I.
By the way, I'm so sore today. Oh my god.
Well, you're going to be as
leg
you go
day,
through this.
leg day was Monday. Whew. I got to go back tonight. Right back at it, John.
Cupping.
Right back at it.
You get through this first month, you'll be good. The first month's going to be hard though.
All right, so I mentioned dangling furry, and you're probably wondering what the hell that means.
Is that a person's name?
Well, I'm going to let Les Snead describe it directly. He's in a Zoom conversation here with head coach Sean McVay.
You met our good pal Dangling #furry.
I have not.
I can spell it for you. Dangling. He's a Reddit pal of ours
Oh, Reddit.
who I think on the other day on Reddit he broke that we were going to trade up into the top 10.
Oh,
He said he had intimate sources in the building. So, he's close to the program. We really like Dangling.
I'd really like to know who those sources are.
Here's the deal, though. He said we were going to take an OL. I'm like, man, he doesn't know Coach McVay.
Okay. He says, not going to take an OL.
Right.
Right. So maybe
And
I'm right about a defensive guy. But Reddit is, do you spend a lot of time in the Reddit?
Almost zero.
It's an interesting place to go. Now, I never read the ESPN stuff because I hear, everybody's getting thrashed in
Yep.
there.
Except
True.
you. I hear.
Apparently, except me. But I do use Reddit all the time. Like, for example, the Am I the A-hole
Oh, that's a
Reddit
great
thread
one.
is a great one.
That's a great
There
rabbit
are some
hole.
really good. There are some really good
Yeah.
sort of rabbit hole Reddit
Yeah.
things.
I used Reddit yesterday.
What'd you do?
I have a pair of Isaac at Mir
Yeah.
gave me these incredible wireless headphones.
Okay.
Okay, they're awesome. They're Sony's.
I think he might have given me the same ones. They're
So
great.
One of the earbuds wasn't charging.
Okay.
So I went on Reddit to figure out what to do, and it gave me the solution.
Reddit's got
Yeah.
everything.
Do you have these? Have you ever used these?
I've got something like them.
they're
I never got those.
awesome.
Are they great? Are they
Oh.
noise canceling and all that stuff?
They're
Yeah.
great on planes.
That's
This
nice.
is how big they are.
Prime problem is I keep losing the earbuds. I
What?
lose them all over the place. And
Oh,
then
you did
finally,
mention that.
finally, we bought the $10 earbuds and said, "Screw it! It's not Apple. It's some knockoff, but it's fine."
Well, do you pay money for expensive sunglasses?
No, these are prescription. I've had them for a long time, but they're not
I don't
expensive.
either, just because I lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only
Earbuds-
lose them when they're expensive. When they're cheap,
Right.
I keep them forever.
Right. So there you go.
When I have my Rite Aid glasses. So it's National Fashion Revolution Day, John.
Oh, really?
When you think of a fashion revolution, who do you think of?
Not you.
Oh, come on! Have I not revolutionized my fashion?
You're better dressed than you used to be.
But still not good dressed? No,
I would
not
say you
good
dress-
dressed. Not well dressed?
No, I would classify you as well dressed at this point.
Right.
But you had you were coming from the bottom.
Oh, I was. Yeah, I mean, as Colin
Started
Coward
from
said,
the bottom, now we hear.
Yeah, exactly.
flood victim, as I was once
Yes,
called, dressed
yeah.
like a flood
so
victim.
anything would be an improvement of how you used to dress. So, but when you hear whose fashion do you respect that you know? Like
that I know?
Not a famous person. Like, I'll give you a good one.
Okay.
Stu Lance, very
Oh,
well dressed man.
very well-dressed
Jim
man.
Hill, very well
Very
dressed man.
always well dressed.
They're famous.
The opposite of those two, Michael Thompson.
Michael Thompson, Zumba's in
Exists
Bahamas t-shirt.
in sweats.
Yeah.
I will not speak ill of my uncle. No.
Yeah, but no, even Michael would say,
I know
if
he
it's
would,
free, it's for him.
Yeah, right.
You know,
That's Beto too.
I'm trying to think who is really, really well dressed.
Who dresses from the host? Who dresses the best from
of
the
all,
host?
of all the hosts,
Here.
it's either me or Sedano because we're on TV sometimes.
That's true.
But nobody else has to.
Yeah,
dress
but
up.
who's dressed better right now? You're just wearing a golf shirt, and I've got this sort of thing put
You
together.
brought the
That shirt looks like you bought it at Kmart.
Oh my God, this is an expensive Untuckit
The
shirt.
jacket. Oh, I hate Untuckit.
Oh, I love Untuckit.
I had like.
I love. I've got like 8 Untuckit shirts, and I've been trying to find a
Okay.
sponsorship with them.
So here's
Colin has one.
Here's an interesting thing about Untuckit.
Yeah.
Years ago, like 2-3 sales managers
Yeah.
ago, they said do spots for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We can't pay you, but we'll give you a bunch of shirts.
Okay.
So I said, okay. And I did the spots for a couple of weeks. And at the end of the week, no payment, no shirts.
Oh, no shirts?
I've sworn off Untuck It.
Well,
They're all
let
yours.
me just say, I am not swearing off Untuck It. I
I've
would
been
love
to the original
Untuck It.
store in Soho.
Is it in Soho, New York?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I love the Untuck It stuff. I love the Untuck It stuff.
That shirt you should have brought yesterday since we had Lazy Dog. It goes really
Can we?
go.
Okay,
well.
sorry, I brought the whole thing up.
But I'm trying to think of, like, who is the biggest clothes horse in general? Like, in the world?
general,
Who's
in the
world's
world?
best dressed man?
Ooh.
Man? I'm trying to think of, like, somebody that
David Beckham dresses fairly nice.
Yeah, but you could see him in sweats occasionally.
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
David Beckham.
Yeah, I don't. It's hard to be a
It's
fashion
well-
icon as a man.
Well, here's the problem. All guys pay attention now. It seems like a decade ago, guys didn't really pay attention.
Yeah, still
now,
most don't.
Everybody on
was
Sports
alive.
Center, everybody on Get Up, everybody's super focused on their drip.
You don't want to be in the men's dress shoe business because nobody's wearing dress shoes anymore.
Yeah.
Loafers.
Even guys like at the network level are wearing suits with tennis shoes.
Yeah.
So that's what's gone away, are dress shoes.
Lenny Kravitz.
But Lenny Kravitz is like,
I saw him wearing a see-through mesh shirt or
Yeah,
something.
and I know, but it was like see-through
I mean,
and like leather pants working out.
Yeah,
He
no,
ain't
I-
even in sweats for that.
I get that, but that's not really transferable to anybody else. I mean,
But he's hot.
I'm sorry I didn't wear my mesh shirt
He's
today.
the one that said it looked like Kmart.
hey,
Not
somebody,
me.
I can't read it because he sent it to you too, but
Okay.
somebody just sent me a picture of a Heisman from the McKay Center, and I assume it's got to be OJ's because we were talking about it, right?
Oh, is it no
or
name
is it
on
Reggie's? I don't know. But there's somebody just sent us a picture, which I'm assuming this is OJ's Heisman, so maybe it is on display at SC. He doesn't. It's Mighty Bo sent us this picture, but he doesn't have a description of it. It's just a picture of a Heisman, but I assume it's OJ's.
Yeah, I still don't. I'm still curious about it, and I mean,
I Googled it, and I think he is. It's not concrete of a yes or a no, but if it would be a no, then it would be out there.
Okay, this might be a dumb question, but
we specialize in those.
when he lost his civil judgment,
Yeah,
wouldn't the Goldmans get the Heisman?
the Goldmans, I thought, did get the Heisman,
And then they could sell it or do whatever they want with it?
but I think the player and the school both get a Heisman. I think they
Okay.
took OJ's Heisman, and then the replica was still at Heritage Hall.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So anyway, glad he's back. And by the way, by today's standards, what he got was so insignificant. I
Pocket
mean,
change.
he got his mom
Well,
and
it was
stepdad's.
$1 million.
I mean, but like
No, he got
compared today,
rent for his mom and stepdad in a rental house in like.
They gave him the house was about $890,000.
But they didn't give it to him. It was
and they
paid
didn't
for
pay
a month.
it. No, it was paid for the whole season.
Okay, one season of a rental house compared to
I think it was
millions
more,
of dollars
I think
now.
it was more than one season.
Oh, read that NCAA report.
I did. I'm one of the few
All
people.
36
I'm one of the
pages.
few people. It
And so you
amazes
agree?
me.
No, you agree that the
I
NCAA
absolutely do not agree.
Oh, you read it though. The NCAA did conclude that Pete Carroll did not know anything about Reggie Bush's mom's house in San Diego.
If Pete Carroll didn't know anything about this, Pete Carroll has to be the stupidest human being alive, and he's not.
I think you are so wrong on this.
Yeah,
Would
you're
you-
the only one who
Would
thinks
you know?
this.
Would I know?
I don't know any other person that thinks what you think.
Well, then they haven't read the report.
I have.
The report literally says did not know.
I think the NCAA.
So you think the report is wrong?
Yeah, I
you
think
disagree
as
with
you
the
know, because
report.
I've been singing this tune for years. The NCAA is the most incompetent
Right.
organization on
But
the
you
planet.
disagree with the facts as they're laid out in the NCAA report.
I think I wouldn't believe the NCAA as far as I could throw them.
Yeah.
I think that.
So you don't believe Pete Carroll or the NCAA? Who exactly do you believe? Who is your source?
I think Pete either knew, and if he didn't know, he's negligent. So there you go.
You're responsible to know. I don't want to do this.
Well, it's.
I feel
Who's
like
in- I mean, where does the
I
buck
feel like
stop?
I'm in a 10 years ago time warp.
Well, that's because Reggie's Heisman guy came
Yes,
back today.
correct.
That's what brought
Correct.
it up.
Yeah.
But I think they're doing the right thing, giving him the Heisman.
Oh, yeah,
back.
me too.
And by the way, guys got paid for years.
Of course.
Before
yeah, especially
Reggie
the
ever got
SEC.
paid.
All right, coming up next, we're going to spin the wheel of questions. Laura's got something on there for us. In the meantime, oh man, World Series of Poker. First event outside of Vegas for 2024, and where it is, you know it's at Commerce Casino and Hotel. So if you look at this thing, the world's largest poker room, the World Series of Poker is coming on May the 10th through the 24th. And you can be part of this event. You can visit commercecasino.com for more details. Take a seat. Get right in the action. One tournament can change your life. And I got news for you. I'm actually going to play in this tournament. At the World Series of Poker event at Commerce Casino and Hotel. At Commerce,
Wait, if you win, do you get to go to the World Series?
I get a bracelet. I go to the World Series of
go
Poker.
to Vegas?
Yeah, I go
If
to
you keep
Vegas.
winning?
For the big tournament.
You got to get hot, man.
I know.
We need that for the show.
I need a roll, man. That's a good story. Get to Commerce Casino. Get there. Play the game. Check out a show. Win big. Commerce Casino and Hotel. CommerceCasino.com. Mason, Ireland. 710 ESPN.
For Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
No, I think he's actually right.
All right, Laura, what do you got?
Wait a minute. I didn't get a This is good.
I'm actually really glad this landed on this question.
Excellent.
Because this happened to me today. So today I had a procedure done on my knee. And I had...
What did you get done?
So I had a nerve blocking...
Wait a minute. You had the surgery today and you're here?
No, I have surgery on May 24th.
Was it like an injection you got
So
today?
they-
You took the needle?
They do... No, I've done those. I've done the PRP. So they insert like these long things on your knee. There was 5 of them. All the way deep. And then they do nerve blocking.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
It's bad. It was
Yeah,
bad.
sounds horrible.
So anyways, the scary part was, I mean, I've done this before. Everything's gone kind of smooth. You know, you get pain. Today, something new happens, boys. There was a young lady that I've never seen, and they were telling her instructions on, like, how to do and what to do.
She was in training.
She was in training while she was doing my knee.
Okay.
I was not happy. It hurt a lot. A lot of things went sideways that normally don't. So my question
So was
That's
it like
a tough
was
one.
it like an intern? Like it was somebody
Yeah,
that
like,
was
you know
learning
when
on
they
the, like
do-
our interns?
Yeah, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
This
we're
person
not,
did not know what
this-
they were doing.
I'm
Wow.
sure that I'm sure she did. But she's new, so she's, doing her thing. And my question to you guys is, besides a medical situation, because this happened to my niece when I took her to the dentist, where is another scary place where you can get someone that is in training, and has to touch
the
you?
thing that popped into my head when you were telling that story is airline pilot. You don't want
Oh,
the
sure.
first flight that you don't want, but I mean, you would never know.
Welcome to my first flight, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, they're not going to tell
Never
you.
flown before
Right.
till now.
So that one did. I remember one time when I got the Laker job, I realized we were doing afternoon drive back then.
Right.
So there were going to be a lot of days where I went on the air at 4 and didn't get off until like 11 or 12 o'clock at night, and I was talking straight through, like 6-7 hours straight through. So I started taking voice lessons.
Okay.
And my doctor, who is a great guy and really, he saved me again last week, Joe Sugarman, said, okay, I got a good voice coach for you to go to, teach you how to train your voice, but go to this person specifically. Okay. So I went in and they said, I walked in and they go, oh, your appointment's with me. It was a guy. And I go, my doctor said I have to stick with this one person. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to be offensive. He goes, okay, no problem. And I left. And I called the doctor back and I go, yeah, I couldn't get in to see your girl. He goes, who were you going to see? And I go, it's this other guy, Michael. He goes, oh, that guy's even better. And so you never know. And then I ended up going to this guy, and he was fantastic.
Yeah.
So the thing is, Laurie, you never know. I mean, you don't want a rookie. You don't want a first-timer, which is what sounds like you have. But sometimes they're even better than the other person.
Yeah.
You never know.
That's true.
Although I went, my last physical, I went to how you go to the phlebotomist afterwards?
Yeah.
I love those
The
things.
chemist,
lady-
looking for a vein.
Lady who draws the blood.
I'm good at that.
So there was somebody standing over the woman who was taking
In
blood.
training.
And
Right.
I she didn't say in training, but she was like over her, like looking very carefully. And I always say before I get blood drawn, I always say, "Are you good at this?" So
Do you ask?
Yeah, I always
wow.
ask, "Are you good at this?" And the woman who was taking the blood didn't say anything, but the woman that was standing over her said, "We'll see."
Oh, that's comforting.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
I liked Brian's.
Yeah, I've had an experience where go into a barbershop or a salon.
Sure. Oh,
and
that's
there's a
another
trainee,
good
and
one.
It's like I don't know. I'm not going to a cosmetology school or like one of these places where it's $5 for
Right.
people in
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
It was like $30, $40, and it's like I don't feel comfortable.
Plus,
here
your
necessarily.
curly locks, you got to protect.
That's like
man.
half
Takes
your
some
act.
skill. Yeah,
Protect,
exactly.
protect the locks,
it's a
man.
lot of skills.
Protect the locks.
I was not having it.
Very good, very good. There's your wheel of questions. All right, so we all assume LeBron's going to be back next year with the Lakers, but there's additional speculation. Remember, it happened around the trade deadline. There was some reporting about it, and there's some reporting about it again now that possibly LeBron James might revisit this concept of going to Golden State after this season instead of staying with the Lakers, which is interesting from this perspective. Golden State, if you figure you go to Golden State and LeBron plugs into what is a tremendous machine, he maybe gives them one last run or two last runs.
Right.
And LeBron may look at the Lakers and say, I don't see how we're going to get by Denver with what we've got, even what we could potentially do. Maybe my odds are better at Golden State.
Sure. The Warriors would have to completely rearrange their roster to
Right.
accommodate LeBron.
Naming Clay's gone.
Maybe Draymond
Maybe
too.
Draymond's gone.
And if they both leave, is LeBron going to something that he would want to go to?
Right.
I mean, would he be? But I mean, it's almost a wash playing with Steph or playing with Anthony Davis.
Right.
My sense of it is, and again, this is completely, LeBron has earned his free agency.
Right,
So if he wants to
right.
opt out and go somewhere else, it's completely up to him. My sense of it is he'll be back. I can't imagine him getting a better situation where he is more accommodated than he is with the Lakers.
Right.
I mean, Rob Pelinka has talked about it openly that they consider LeBron and AD a partnership.
Right.
They consider Clutch a partner rather than an agency or player like your typical management player relationship.
Right.
With the Lakers, those guys are consulted on everything.
Yes.
They're not going to be consulted on everything
No.
at Golden State.
I don't believe the keys to the Golden State organization will be handed over to anybody the way has happened here in Los Angeles with LeBron. I mean, look at the number of Clutch guys that are on the roster, even the number of Clutch guys who are out there that might potentially come to the roster during the offseason.
Well, and the other thing is guys like Rich, Paul, and Maverick Carter have full access to the Lakers. You know,
Right.
can pick up the phone, call Jeanie or Rob anytime they want, and that call will get taken.
Yeah.
They want courtside seats, they can have them. It's a great arrangement for LeBron's business family, and he likes living in L.A.
So I bring that up partly because, at least on my Twitter timeline, there is a lot of let's move on from LeBron. Let's not re-sign him. 2 years and 120 is too. All that kind of stuff is out there right now,
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily help us beat Denver. So for 2 o'clock call the day today, I want people to react to that conversation, the Golden State conversation, and exactly what we expect from Game 3 tomorrow night at Crypto.com Arena, 877-710-ESPN. That's 877-710-ESPN.
And keep in mind, if you're going to call and you're going to talk about this, if LeBron opts out, the Lakers are over the salary cap. So it's not as if they can just plug another superstar
Correct.
into that salary.
Yeah.
It just goes away.
Yeah.
And I don't know, any rational person can say Lakers are better without LeBron, especially when you can't replace him.
This is an excellent point. If you are irrational, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. And by the way, coming up for you, too, I've made a little headway on getting into the 32-52 at an LAFC game.
I don't understand why they wouldn't welcome you with open arms. That'd be good publicity for them.
Yeah, now I'm being now I find I'm being recruited.
Good.
Yeah, so we'll do that coming up
Did
too.
you get into the fun section yet or not yet?
They're the 420 section.
Yeah.
I believe I can
We're
slide
working
my
on it.
way in
I think
there.
we're good on
There
that.
you
I
go.
believe they will. No, I won't
Welcome
say
you.
that. Yeah, they will welcome me. Absolutely. So 2 o'clock call today is coming next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Or la-di-da. Radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, this is Noah Khan. See, now is everybody in on this? We're going to see Noah Khan at the Hollywood Bowl. Come on, let's go.
Hell no.
Me, Brian, who else? Laura, you in? No.
Hard pass.
I'm with Laura, as usual.
Yeah, sorry. It's very Mumford and Sonsy.
It does sound a little like that.
It's very Mumfordy. All right, so 2 o'clock call of the day. Let's see. Oh, look, we've got all kinds of people on the lines, John. The question was LeBron James, and obviously tomorrow night, critical game, assuming if they do go out in this series, if they do go out in the first round, do you figure out a way to keep LeBron, or does LeBron leave, and how do you feel about a LeBron-less Lakers team? Let's go to Brett in Huntington Beach. Brett, good afternoon.
Hey, guys. Hey, okay.
Okay.
Brett, you there?
Okay,
well, that was a miserable failure.
Brett stumbled. Let's go to Damien in Venice. My people.
Hey, your neck of the woods.
Damien, good afternoon.
Hey, Mace. How you doing?
Good, man.
John, how you doing?
Excellent, Damien.
It's Damon, but that's okay.
Okay.
Not to correct anyone, but there it is.
Damon, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I would keep LeBron, and I think this is the reason why. He's done everything that he said he was going to do for the Lakers. He's already won the championship, and I think at the same time, that's what Chick Hearn would want. And I'm mentioning Chick Hearn because you guys were talking about announcers earlier, and really, I think Chick Hearn was probably the sixth man behind Michael Cooper, who just went into the
Oh, Damon, a couple of things about that. Number one, I tell people all the time, if particularly our younger listeners, Damon, how old of a man are you?
Well, I'm up there.
I am too.
I saw Showtime when it was.
Okay, so you're old enough to know.
So you're old enough to know. A lot of our younger listeners aren't. You know, the amazing thing, Damon, Chick's last game that he did for the Lakers was in 2002. It's been 22 years.
Yeah, people have never heard him.
Yeah, so if you're 25 years old, you've never heard Chick do a game. What you should do is go open a YouTube page and type in Chick Hearn. And if you're like me, you'll be there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because you will hear the greatest basketball announcer who ever lived. I mean, it's not, to me, there's not even a close second. And so what Chick would tell you is the same thing I kind of I stole this from his act. Basketball, particularly in Los Angeles, is an entertainment product. Dr. Buss understood this better than most. That's why he always had Magic, Kareem, Kobe, Shaq, now LeBron. He knows that it's a star-driven town and that people want to come see stars. If you, just playing your theoretical question out to the end, if you let LeBron walk, or you're unwelcoming to LeBron, or you don't make him an offer, which is, I think, what you're asking, would you consider not extending LeBron?
Yeah.
It's against everything that the Lakers have ever been about. What the Lakers have been about is sky-high, stratospheric highs and unbelievable, devastating lows, like 2 nights ago. Like one of the worst lows we've ever had. But you invest a couple hours in the Lakers, that you're not wasting your time.
Sure.
And one of the reasons you're not is because it's high drama with high-profile stars. That's where the Lakers live. And as long as LeBron is playing like an all-NBA player, and I think he's going to make an all-NBA team this year, I can't, or I've yet to hear anyone explain to me why it makes more sense not to have him.
Yeah, well, you know where I stand on this. LeBron is one of my favorite players of all time, and I would hate to see the Lakers without him, and I think they're better with him, and can't imagine how you reconfigure a team for next year that has a shot at Denver without LeBron. And as John pointed out before the top of the hour, if they don't sign LeBron, they can't replace the money. They're over the salary cap, so it's not like you can say, let's go get another guy and fit him into this slot. And it doesn't work that way.
And here's something else. If LeBron wasn't here, Anthony Davis wouldn't have come.
Sure.
He wouldn't have demanded a trade to the Lakers.
Yeah.
He came here to play with LeBron. People want to play with LeBron.
Yep.
That's the thing that I was surprised by. LeBron's the only person I've ever seen that is on LeBron's level as a passer that has ever played for the Lakers is Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best passer I think I've ever described. You know who else is in that class? Jokic.
Oh, Jokic is an unbelievable passer.
I mean, these two guys might be the best passers in the NBA.
Yeah.
Those two dudes. And so, not only does LeBron score and rebound, but he sets other guys up.
Right.
I have...
Well, the problem is that LeBron is divisive for whatever reason. He's a polarizing player.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I don't either. He's done nothing but great stuff since he's been here. There was a title. There was breaking the all-time record. There's breaking record after record.
Hey, do me a favor. Take that. Ken in Newport Beach is a frequent caller
Yeah,
to
he
the
is.
post-game show. He's
Oh,
on
okay.
line. He's on line 1. Ken is as honest of a Laker fan as there is. Ken, I don't know. I've never talked to you about this. Are you pro LeBron or anti LeBron?
Okay. First off, if they want to sign him for 1 or 2 years at $50 million, fine. If he wants 3 at 180, then I have to ask the question. Jeanie Buss is giving notes that she doesn't want to fire Gvin Ham because she doesn't want to have to pay 2 coaches. Yet
Well, wait a minute, Ken. Wait a minute, Ken.
She has not said that.
Jeanie has said nothing. She has made no public statements. That was a report from a reporter.
Yeah.
And so don't necessarily take that as gospel, but go ahead.
Yeah, Darvin is still walking around with 2 timeouts he didn't use from the last game. Darvin has got to go, and I believe LeBron, based on the expressions on his faces, and he doesn't even listen when Darvin's talking, he wants him to go. And that's the most important thing. If you're going to keep LeBron, you've got to get a new coach that LeBron expects.
All right. Thanks, Ken. I think, we've always kind of accepted it around here that LeBron and AD have a lot to say about who the coach
sure they
is.
do.
So, I mean,
and if LeBron pulls the plug, it's over.
Yeah. So I think LeBron will have a voice in the room when that decision gets made.
Let's get one more in here. Let's go to Mike in Northridge. Mike, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Love your show. Been listening for years.
Thank you, man.
I totally agree with Ken. LeBron, he's not from this earth. No one at this age can play like that man plays. The things that he does on the court, he could lead the league in assists if he wants to. And it perfectly shows when they're in a huddle, no one's listening to Ham. Ham has not adjusted. One area that I talked to you guys about over a month ago, offensive rebounding. And
They're
John,
terrible,
you
yeah.
see that. They get beat all the time. I don't get it. You're telling me you cannot fix this or at least make it better? They're always beaten on the boards. And AD made a comment the other day that half the time we don't know what's going on up and down the court.
He
They're
did
getting
say
no
that,
direction at all.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Mike.
By the way,
for the
they
phone call.
are beaten on the offensive boards.
Pretty
game in and game. I think it was 12-6 in this last game.
Right.
Why are they beaten so often on the offensive boards?
Well, in terms of rebounding, the Lakers are normally pretty solid, but Denver has the same size that the Lakers do. So, for example, the Lakers start a pretty big front line. LeBron's 6'9", Anthony Davis is 6'10", 6'11", and Rui Hachimura is 6'8". Most teams aren't that big.
Right.
But the Nuggets are. They start Jokic, who's 7 feet tall, Michael Porter, who's 6'10", Aaron Gordon, who's 6'9". So they've actually met their match in terms of size.
And
so
right.
in this particular series, I just think that this is a team that's just as big as they are.
Yeah.
And they're getting to more rebounds. But you know what? I'm going to look at something.
Yeah, I was too. I was looking at
where they rank in the league
last
in terms of
last in offensive rebounds.
But what's weird is
last in offensive rebounds.
Yeah, in terms of defensive rebounds, they're second.
Yeah.
So it's like that's weird that you would be in defensive rebounding you're second
and
in
offensive rebounding
you're last,
which makes them 18 overall in rebounding.
Yeah.
So it's on the offensive end that they're having trouble.
Right. That's interesting. I'm not sure why.
Because Denver scored a bunch of second chance points the other night, too, and you're not offensive rebound, you're not getting those. All right, so yesterday I brought up this concept because, I love going to LAFC games. They are so much fun. BMO is just a great place to watch a game.
They built the exact perfect size of a stadium for that team.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
And they have the 32-52 at LAFC games. And I threw out there, hey, I would love to be at a game in the 32-52. And there are a couple of groups. There are like different clubs inside the 32-52. Like there's a Pride Club and there's a Weed Club. I actually
wait a minute. You could fit in either room.
I'd be good in the Weed Club or the Pride Club.
You're going.
And we're working on it right now.
Is he in the Pride Club or the Weed Club?
I think he's going to do half and half.
That makes sense for you.
Yeah, half and half.
Or do you take more pride in being a gay or a stoner?
It's so
both?
close. It's so close.
Equally both?
It really is. The pride is really in being a gay stoner.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
One of a kind.
But Mario called right away. I sent out a tweet yesterday. Mario called right away and said, where do you want to be? What game do you want to go to?
That's the man.
Mario was like, where does he want to sit?
So here's...
Mario, you can't get...
Look at Laura. Even Laura's doing the
Cappy's Mario
impression. Yeah. The big question is, I thought that maybe I should do one half in the 32-52, then go sit with Juan for the second half.
Well, why doesn't Juan go sit with you in the 32-52?
He has no interest in being...
You can't talk him into it.
No, cannot.
Tell him why. He wants to do what? What does he want to do to you?
He wants to sit upstairs, look down, and laugh at me.
I don't blame him.
The 32-52 looks like they're having the most fun in the building.
Listen, they are so much fun. Right now with my bad knees, I can't stand for a whole game.
Right.
But once I got good knees, let's go.
Yeah. Brian, you in?
Down.
32-50. Oh, stand at 420 section. 100%,
Listen,
baby.
Brian is the best.
Brian knows exactly what section he's going to.
Exactly.
Now,
I've got
My
one of
kind
those
of
LAFC scarves with cannabis
420?
leaves on them,
Oh,
with
I've seen that.
420
That
on
was
them.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's great. It's
Somebody
great.
should make you a scarf that has like the pride rainbow at one end and then the stoner, the marijuana leaf at the other
the
end.
story of my life.
Someone's going to do that for you.
Yeah, somebody will. So we're working on it. We're working on next Sunday. Brian, could you make it next Sunday?
There's a chance.
Wait a minute, you just went from yes to...
Well, I didn't know
That
what
wasn't
day
very
it
much
was,
if
you
it
know?
were any other day, I think. That was,
We're
that
gonna
was a
schedule-
John Ireland answer.
I don't want to go by myself. So we're
Soft yes.
Ireland, you in?
No, hell no.
Next week?
Yeah.
I'm in. Oh, but I can't stand in the 32-50.
Right, can't stand 32-52. Brian, you can.
Well, I might be going to a baseball game that Sunday.
Oh, okay. So
Dodgers?
Yeah. Padres, Dodgers.
So I'm
Isn't that next Sunday?
That's what I wanted to do, yeah.
Down,
that might
down
be the
south
following week. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
sure
on the
yet.
10th. Don't be lying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it
We'll
out.
work on it. We'll work on
Figure
it.
it out.
But I'm excited to do it. I've never experienced a game like that. I visited the 32-52, never actually watched a game there. All right, so brand new event. Actually, it's not a brand new event. Big event coming to LA Live. It is Pizza Fest.
Now that I will go to.
There you go. 27th, 28th at LA Live. They're doing Pizza Fest. We're going to talk a little bit about that coming up. Our friend Michael Roth is here along with some...
As long as he brought pizza, we'll let him in.
There is pizza in the house. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Jacob and Ronnie. Do you know that not all personal injury attorneys treat you the same? One primary example of that is if you're in an accident, you hire an attorney. Some major law firms may deem your accident is too small and not worth their time. So they wind up farming it to smaller, lesser experienced firms. Imagine if that is you. You think you're hiring one person, but they've got someone else handling your case. That's another reason why, if you're in an accident, call Jacob. Every case equally important. He will not hand off your case to somebody else. And let's face it, who do you want dealing with the insurance company? Jacob or potentially someone a few months out of law school? Don't take the risk. If you're injured in an accident, call Jacob. Get the medical care you need and the compensation that you deserve. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Remember, calljacob.com. And don't forget to follow Call Jacob on Instagram. Go to @call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
And Cap for your afternoon drive.
The fun way to drive home on 710.
Bergman threw me out of the studio today, out of the control room.
He said you were making him nervous.
Well, you were wired, like you had been doing.
I was ready. I told you I was ready for this show since 9 a.m.
When you got here today, it was like you came from a Scarface party or something.
Yeah.
You were pacing back and forth, and I was ready.
Yeah, he says I was too loud with Jacob and Jason Roberts, so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll leave.
The LA Afternoon Takeover with Sedano and Cap. Today at 4 p.m.
on 710 ESPN. It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Pizza. Who doesn't love pizza? And Pizza Fest is coming to LA Live this Saturday. We've got a house full of pizza now here in the studio. Steve Dolinsky joins us. He's the founder of Pizza Fest. Steve, welcome.
Yes, sir. Great to be here.
Steve, this pizza is excellent. So far, I have tried the spaghetti and meatballs pizza, which I didn't even know existed.
Yeah, that's
carbs on carbs.
The tomato pie. Explain that one.
So the tomato pie, and I got the guys here from Fire and Wood Catering in Burbank, and also Ozzy's Abits in Glendale. So the Abits is a traditional style from New Haven, Connecticut. Very thin, blistered, crispy. The tomato pie typically comes from Sally's. That's where it was made famous in New Haven. And then Thomas has got this artisan thin pie with a more puffier edge around the blistered sides.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's delicious. The cool thing about this event, guys, everything is baked fresh to order.
Right, you said there are pizza ovens being shipped in right now, right?
I'm shipping 10 ovens from D.C. right now cross country. We're going to have 8 big commercial electrics, 2 wood-burning ovens, and you're going to bake these pizzas right in front of you.
Right on the street in front of you.
Right, well, on the event deck at LA Live.
Oh, on the event deck.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
All right, so explain to me, I'm out there driving around, I love pizza, I want to go to this, how do I get there?
How do you get to LA Live? How do you get the tickets?
How do you get tickets?
You take the 10.
We're assuming people know how to get to LA Live.
Well, it's lalive.com/PCF, which stands for Pizza City Fest. lalive.com/PCF. So it's a one ticket, $125, includes everything. Unlimited pizzas. We have 20 pizzerias each day.
Give me the dates again.
It's this weekend. It's the 27th and 28th of April. So it's noon to 5. The VIP entrance is at noon. General admission's at 1. So you got 4 hours. Unlimited pizza, sides, unlimited desserts, unlimited drinks. It's literally everything from everywhere all at once.
You want it, Mace?
Everything everywhere all at once.
Listen to this.
Yeah.
You said 12 to 5? Mm-hmm. There's a Laker game Saturday at 5:30.
How perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
Hello.
How perfect.
That
Get
is
down here
perfect.
at noon, go to the Pizza Fest, hang around, watch the Lakers shock the Nuggets.
Oh,
Done.
that is awesome.
And you know who's going to be here on Sunday? My good friend from college, Mike Bresnahan.
Brez.
Yeah. So Brez, I would bring to the beer fest. I don't know if he'd be an expert at the pizza fest, but you guys both went to Wisconsin.
We went to Wisconsin together. Yeah. By the way, he misses you in Manhattan Beach. He said.
Yeah. We used to hang out a lot together, and then I started traveling, and that was it.
Yeah. Chris Wallace is here. Chris, who are you with?
Ozzy's Beats out of Glendale.
Okay. What makes your pizza unique?
So I'm from New Haven, Connecticut, along with my business partner Craig Taylor over there. And New Haven pizza, like Steve said earlier, thin, crispy, charred, well done, and everything's balanced ingredients. Its heritage is over 100 years old from New Haven, and we grew up with this pizza. And when we were living in LA as comedians, pizza sucked for a while.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just make what we grew up with. And then it just took off, and now we get to make it for tons of customers every week.
So you're a comic?
I attempted to be.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How long?
It's hard.
How long did you go?
About 7 years, 8 years.
Hard life, man.
Yeah.
Hard life.
That's why I make pizza now.
Make pizza,
Well, you mentioned, though, that pizza in the past wasn't very good in L.A. What's it like now?
It's amazing. Like, Steve curated 40 restaurants to be there just at the festival, but there's well over 100 places now in the L.A. area that are just doing what they want to do. And the pizza scene out here, it rivals any scene in the country.
No kidding.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have thought that.
For as good as we had last year, 40 places, this year we have 14 new places. So we really curated it from Santa Barbara down to San Diego. I mean, even out to Corona. So a lot of great places.
Thomas DeSantis is here with us, too. Thomas, what's your pizza?
So I'm the owner of Fire and Wood Catering.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
a
sure.
Mobile operation.
Yeah.
We do private events, birthday studio. We go anywhere.
What about you? What makes your pizza unique?
It's the best of both worlds. It's wood fired. It's fresh. It's light. We hold the tradition of Neapolitan. It's thin. It's crispy, but we made it a little thicker and took all the ingredients that you would find in a New York slice shop. and put it on that pizza. So it's the best of both worlds.
And the cool thing about these guys, like Thomas has a pop-up in Burbank on Thursdays. We find these little places like Petramale in Mar Vista in a church parking lot on Fridays.
No
He's
kidding.
going to be there one day.
Really?
Yeah, just these little tiny places.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Boy, if you like pizza and who doesn't, why wouldn't you go to this?
Right,
You'll
and by the way-
you'll discover like 10, 15 new places you can try.
Right, and as you said, free drinks for the
Everything
event,
is included. Cocktails, beer, wine. So I don't like going to food fests and getting nickel and dime to having to pay $15 for a beer.
Right.
So I'm like, we're going to just do one price. It includes everything, and
What,
it's unlimited.
what is that price, Steve?
It's $125.
Okay,
$125
for the whole day.
Yep. Yeah, the whole day. That's it.
Oh my God.
I mean, that's like dinner for two in West Hollywood, isn't
Sure
it?
it is. Sure it is.
More like dinner for one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dinner for one. Well, listen, guys, it is fantastic. We're gonna have pizza throughout the show today. I have not eaten yet. I have a hard.
I'm on slice 3.
Ireland is just going at it. Somebody's got to be able to talk around here. Steve Dolinsky, Chris Wallace, Thomas DeSantis. Thanks, guys.
All right,
Appreciate
so
it.
before you guys look at it, Laura just said in my ear, pineapple and pizza, yes or no? Now, I feel strongly about this.
I
So
feel
does he.
strongly,
It depends. I wouldn't put it on fresh, but if you roasted it and draw the water out of it, I would put it on with something spicy like sopressata.
All right, what do you think?
If you have a mental health problem, pineapple's fine. But
Hey!
If it comes from McCann, you should be shocked.
Yeah.
There you
Oh
go.
my gosh, they picked you.
I'm with those guys.
I like pineapple on
I'm with
pizza.
those guys.
I
Put
love
whatever you want on
pineapple
pizza.
on
Yeah.
pizza.
What do you?
I love it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We put it. It just can't come from McCann. Like Steve mentioned, if it's fresh,
Yeah.
spicy, it's the way to go.
Okay, got it. Well, guys, Pizza Fest
This is great,
this
guys. Thanks for bringing
weekend.
all this
Thank
in.
you for
Thank
all the
you.
pizza, and thanks a lot for coming by.
Our pleasure.
All right, coming up next for you, an all-time great, a GOAT, so to speak, has come out and talked about athletes, young athletes, and they are being too selfish. We got that coming up
Really?
for you. Yeah, Mason in
Never.
Ireland, 710 ESPN.
After
710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Have you ever seen me eat 4 pieces of pizza during one show?
No.
That pizza was so good.
Yeah, it looked
Brian, you
great.
didn't eat any of it?
Not yet. I'm
right.
waiting here for a sec. Next break.
And you know what my position is?
Don't eat during the show.
Don't eat during the show.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
My new thing is
This is like, you know how like some pizza tastes store-bought? This is the opposite. These pizzas were insane.
yeah. I may find myself down here for Pizza Fest. That sounds great.
Yeah,
on
that
Saturday.
does sound great.
Yeah, before the Lakers game, it's absolutely perfect. So, all right, Laura came across this piece of sound. We think about athletes now in a lot of ways as brands, as a brand, right? That's the first thing you've got to do if you're an athlete is to create a brand for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, there is one athlete by the name of Tom Brady who says that's all just being selfish.
I think the biggest problem with a lot of kids these days, it's all about them. It's all about them, their brand, their social media. And then when it's about me and then not about us, well, there's no way to succeed as a team if all you're doing is thinking about how selfish it is for you to get the attention.
He's not wrong.
I think he's wrong.
But
I mean, there are some people that are selfish.
Yeah, I don't think you're a good example of
Yeah.
this. So you love you some you.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean you're incapable of being like you're the leader of this team.
Yes,
so it's
sure.
like you kind of check both boxes.
Right.
So I don't think it's as black and white as Tom explained
Yes.
it. But I also think that he's right. Like again, I know you did it as a goof.
Yeah.
The idea of me putting a picture out of me shirtless
Oh,
in a
do it.
jacuzzi
Do it.
is
$100.
like no,
$100.
I wouldn't do it.
Really?
I wouldn't do it for
Wow.
for any amount of
Even
money.
if you looked as good as me.
No. And nor would Juan,
Yeah,
by
no,
the way.
Juan would not. Although he is the photographer.
Right, but it kind of fits.
Yeah.
You
yeah, it
love
does
you
fit.
some you.
So here's, I went back to speak at my alma mater last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that. And the one thing I told guys right away, everybody, every girl, every guy in those classes is if you're going to be a broadcaster, start now and establish your brand. You've got to create a footprint in this world for
interesting.
yourself.
So I did somebody's show in Jacksonville when I was in Denver.
Yep.
When I was in Denver, I did like 20 interviews because
Sure.
Lakers Nuggets is the marquee first round series.
Right.
So I'm talking to this kid in Jacksonville, and he grew up in L.A., and he would love to come back here. He'd love to work here.
Sure.
And he said to me, his name was RJ. He goes, what's the best piece of advice you could give me, knowing my goal is to eventually end up on 710?
Right.
And I said, very similar to what you told those kids. I said, you need to be good at more than just one thing. Nobody is looking for a specialist anymore.
Yes.
The example I gave was Trudell.
Good one.
Trudell is the TV sideline reporter. He writes for Lakers.com. He does a podcast.
Yep.
He used to do a radio show. So instead of hiring 4 people,
Yep.
you just hire him.
Yeah.
And he does all of it.
And I talk to the kids about this. You've got to be a multi-platform performer now.
Right.
You've got to have a presence on YouTube. You've absolutely got to get a presence on YouTube. Podcasting, broadcasting, Twitter, Facebook, social, all that stuff you've got to be able to do.
But I think Brady's point, if I'm understanding him correctly, is because people are trying to develop brands and develop multi-platform, there's a lot of ego out there.
Sure.
And you've got to kind of check your ego. And you have a healthy ego, but you're grounded.
Right.
You have to have both clubs in your bag.
Yeah.
If you just have an ego. Matter of fact, you'll love this.
Okay.
This is a great piece of sound I found for the show today. Years ago, in the 80s,
Yep.
the 2 biggest action stars in the world were Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone.
They were huge.
And they were going after all of the same roles. So every time you wrote an action movie, you would either go after Stallone or you would go, and they became hyper competitive with each other.
Right.
But Schwarzenegger knew that Stallone's ego was so big that all he had to do was gravitate to that ego.
Yeah.
So this week, I don't know when it's going to air, but Harvey Levin from TMZ got those two guys to sit down together for a dual interview. They hated each other for 30 years.
I think they're doing like a whole TV special on Channel 11. Yeah.
So one story, I was watching some of it the other day. I couldn't believe this story. Stallone is coming off of Rocky.
Yep.
He is coming off of Rambo. He is the biggest star in the world, and Arnold can't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Arnold keeps going up for these movies, and he keeps every movie Stallone is getting, Schwarzenegger wanted, and he can't catch him. So somebody sends Arnold a script for a movie, and I never saw this movie.
Is it
You
called
probably did.
Shoot Mama from the Train?
No, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Stop. I knew I was close. I was combining a couple of Stop My Mom.
With Estelle Getty from the Golden Girls.
Yes.
And Schwarzenegger reads the script, and he says, "This is the biggest piece of crap I have ever read."
Yep.
And he said, "I need Stallone to have a flop.
Yep.
He's so hot I can't catch him.
Mm-hmm.
How can I get Stallone to do this movie?" So he comes up with the idea to call the director, a guy named Roger Spottiswoode. He just came off of a Bond movie.
Yes.
And Schwarzenegger decides to call him and tell him, give the movie to me, or at least put it out there that I'm interested in this movie. Spottiswoode goes, really? You are? He goes, yeah. Put that out there. Spottiswoode goes, huh. So Spottiswoode calls Stallone. Schwarzenegger knew they were friends.
Yeah.
And Arnold takes it from here. So listen to what happens after that. Here's Schwarzenegger sitting next to Stallone for this Harvey Levin special.
I talked to Roger Spottiswoode. So just
you talked to my director.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So my agent then said, "Well, Arnold is talking to Roger Spottiswoode now, and he's really into it. I think we're going to take the project." And then, of course, his agent, knowing that he's competitive with me, he said, "You cannot let that happen." And so he then called the studio right away and says, "Look, you got to give this to Sly. Don't give it to Schwarzenegger. You got to give this to Sly." And they said, "Fine." Sly got it. And so then he got the movie. So I was, of course, absolutely in heaven because I felt like the only way that I could catch up with him is if he has a stumble.
Can you get more Machiavellian?
I said, we got to go and have him have a failure.
Unbelievable.
So he actually got Stallone to do the
Tricked
terrible
Stallone.
Bond movie.
So I do it to you all the
Yeah,
time. If
right.
I know you're interested in something and I
Yeah.
just bring it up, you'll gravitate
Oh, I will
towards
go
it.
toward it, yeah.
Right. But I find that fascinating that you can play to people's egos.
Right.
And in that case, Stallone's own ego, and he said, I got to wear that movie for the rest of my life.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
It's just this terrible flop.
Has anybody ever seen that Stop or My Mama
No.
Will Shoot You from the Train?
Never even heard of it.
Never even heard of it.
There's
So
a reason for that.
Yeah.
It flopped.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And Stallone back then didn't have a lot of flops. I mean, everything he was
Oh,
in
yeah, he
was
was golden.
pretty big, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it started, But I don't think Brady's wrong, but I also don't think that it's black and white.
Right,
like he
right.
laid
I
it
think
out.
you've got to. There's a balance that you've got to strike, right? I mean, there's the balance of creating a brand for yourself and an awareness for yourself, and you can make
But
a
people
whole
gotta
bunch
wanna
of
work with you.
But you've got to be a good teammate.
Yeah.
You've got to be a good teammate.
And it gets around if you're not.
Oh, sure it does.
If nobody wants to. I mean, and by the way, I actually think that's why Bill Belichick didn't get a job. It got around that it's my way or the highway. And you and I have talked about this on the show before. Those coaches are going away.
Yep.
The dictatorial my way or the highway coach is going away. It's all now people that worked. It's like McVay.
Right.
McVay takes the blame for everything, even when it's not his fault.
Although, what's interesting is the my way or the highway approach with players is even different from the my way or the highway approach with front offices. I think Bill Belichick wanted control of the front office
Sure.
and the player personnel and all that stuff.
Right.
And that was his my way. Because if you think about it, Sean McVay is very collaborative with Les Snead. He and the front office are in lockstep with each other, and that's something you need. But if you hire Belichick, it's all going to run through him. You know what has changed my life, Ireland? The Cut app. I am betting all the time.
And this
on
is
the
real
Cut
money.
app.
You're betting real money.
Correct. In California, there's one way to bet for real, and it's on the Cut app. Download the app. It's KUTT. Whatever you deposit, use code ESPNLA for a 10% deposit bonus. And you can win real, cold, hard cash money. And you bet against me and Bergman and everybody in our social group.
And you just throw a bet out there and anybody can take it.
Correct. Like I threw out there, tell me if you like this. I threw out there Miami plus 14.5 at Boston tonight. It's a lot of points. If you have to think that long, it's not a good bet.
No Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
I think Boston could win that by more than 4. I'd stay away from it.
All right.
You want the Heat?
I want
points?
Heat plus 14.
Somebody will take that bet.
Yeah, nobody's taken this one yet. New Orleans plus 7.5 at OKC.
You want New Orleans, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I would want New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm taking both dogs. And what else? Dodgers I've got tonight minus a 1.5 against Washington.
Yeah, the Angels ended up burning you the other day,
They
didn't they?
did.
I told you
Reed
not to
Detmers
take the stinking Angels.
Screwed me up.
Yeah.
And by the way, when you download the Cut app and you join, make sure you join the ESPN LA social group. That's where we're kicking bets around and throwing things back and forth. All right. Time for a little What's Up, Fool. That means Brian's got stuff and Laura's got stuff. We will do it all coming up next for you.
What's up, Fool?
Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, did you know it can take almost 11 weeks on average, 2.5 months to hire for an open position? You don't have that kind of time. If you're listening today and you're hiring, I got some advice for you. Stop waiting and start using ZipRecruiter. They can help you find qualified candidates for all your roles fast, and right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter uses powerful matching technology to quickly find and send you the most qualified people for your roles. Or, as the inventor of ZipRecruiter, Ian Siegel, says, we don't leave anything to chance. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Just go to that exclusive web address to try it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
And you know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Corporate Greg's not here, but I'm taking it away. All right, guys. So I saw this story, and I hate robot anything. So a company...
Oh, you're
Mason likes them.
Another technophobe in the house.
It's
Go
not-
ahead. Tell me what you're
listen.
scared
what's the
of.
story?
So Throwflame is a company that unveiled a robot dog companion with a flamethrower.
Right. Right.
Okay, why
Yes.
do we need to do that?
Security.
No.
Yeah, security.
And it costs $9,000.
Well, I wouldn't spend that much on a flamethrowing dog, but if they come down in price, it might be a nice compliment to the security system I already have. I put in a security system last year that was like super hardcore with like monitors and all that stuff. It's like it's very
It's
fancy.
complicated.
Laura, this is a terrible idea.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Whoever invented the flame-throwing dog should be locked up and be forced to spend an hour in his cell with the flame-throwing dog. This thing is going to go horribly wrong. It's going to turn on its owner, and it's going to burn the owner to a crisp.
The thing is, it's like it's available to purchase by the general public, which already that's not good. And government agencies.
Sure.
You know, so I'm like, listen, if you have to have government agencies and general public allowed to buy the same thing, I already think it's a bad idea. But at what point are we like, let's not do that?
Look, this is going to be a standing position on the show. I'm not afraid of technology. I do not fear the future the way you guys do. You are technophobes without any question. A robot dog is not going to make a mistake. Like, my dogs will make more mistakes than the robot dog.
I disagree.
Robot dogs are very smart. They do exactly.
What?
Absolutely.
Go watch any of the Terminator movies.
Again, why do we go back to Terminator movies?
It is going to turn on us, Laura, and the robot dog is going to kill. The first death as a result of the robot dog will be friendly fires.
So soft. So soft.
Your dog won't burn your butt.
Yeah, but my dog does make messes, and the robot dog will
First
not.
time you eat in bed, robot dog's going to flame throw you right out of that
I'm telling
thing.
you, I'd like to have 2 robot dogs sitting on both sides of my front door.
Yeah.
That way, if I see something on my fancy security monitor, burnt to a crisp.
Oh,
It's going to be like that scene where Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones gets attacked by his own dogs. That's going to be Mason. He's going to die at the hands of his own robot dog.
If you are a porch pirate, look out!
Just ridiculous.
In flames.
The world does not need a robot flame-throwing dog.
Once the price comes down, look out.
What's up, fool?
You're
gonna regret this.
Yeah, you are.
I saw this clip of Tyrese Halliburton yesterday post-game, and it's going around social media that he has 2 voices. And I'm going to play the clip for you.
Okay.
No doubt about that. I mean, we've had regular season crowds better than what we've played in these last 2 games, so we expect a great crowd. A lot of people are excited about what's to come, in the series, and
just the energy in the city right now with everything that's going on, but especially with us. So, we're excited, to go.
He says this. He doesn't.
That can't be real.
That's 100% real.
You didn't technically enhance that?
Didn't touch it at all. And I went down a huge rabbit hole. There's at least 30 videos online from this year
Of him having two different voices.
Just in normal talk, middle of his speech.
Okay, I'm going to use this to promote something Mason has coming up.
Okay.
When does your Phil Hendry podcast drop?
Monday.
Okay. He's basically doing Phil Hendry.
Yes, he is.
Phil Hendry, for people who don't know, is a longtime radio guy who is the funniest man I've ever heard on the radio.
Legendary
And,
guy.
boy,
Have you watched the doc?
Yep, loved it.
Oh, it's great.
And so Phil used to, Brian, would host a show on KFI where he would be, and until Mason told me, I didn't know. He was the host, the guest, and sometimes even the caller. And he would just keep making more and more absurd things. That's what Halliburton's doing.
Yeah, although he's not doing it on purpose.
Right. He says he doesn't even know when it happens.
He doesn't even know when it's...
come on.
That's what he says.
I don't buy that.
His voice shifts gears. He must know.
He says he doesn't. So I don't know.
Play the transition again. The transition
just play
is
the whole thing again.
Okay, yeah.
No doubt about that. I mean, we've had regular season crowds better than what we've played in these last 2 games.
It sounds like this is the fake voice.
So
this one.
we expect a great crowd. A lot of people are excited about what's to come, in the series, and just the energy in the city right now with everything that's going on. But especially we're excited, to go.
That can't be real.
I've heard Halliburton get interviewed before, and the second voice is his real voice.
He went through puberty in like 2 seconds. Like,
when it's time to change.
Brian, do you believe that's a real thing?
I do, because I went down this rabbit hole, and I'm telling you, there's 30 videos on
Are
Twitter.
there really where he's doing this?
Yeah, all different, too.
Have you
and
seen
it's
him
the same.
visually? Does he change his position?
Doesn't, no. And there's a
That's
couple
weird.
videos from a couple months ago I was going to take, but this was from yesterday, where it's like every other word, it's then switching. It's the craziest thing.
That is
I've ever
weird.
heard.
Does he have 2 personalities?
Yeah,
You never know.
I've never heard that before. I still question the truth of it, but if 30 videos
I like
down
it.
a rabbit hole say it's him, I guess it is.
What's
Weird.
up, fool? That's weird. So
By the
going
way,
on that.
when
go ahead.
I was going to say, when you were gone, we tried to do the Phil Hendry thing on the show.
Right.
No way to do it without a ton of feedback. I was trying to do this and try to do the voice.
Did that phone just come unplugged?
Yeah, it's never been plugged.
There's a really quick on that. There's a Spanish show. They've been doing it forever. I used to produce for them called Erasmo y la Chocolata.
Yep.
One guy.
Say
and
that
now-
5 times fast.
Erasmo y la Chocolata. I could do it. But anyways, so the guy does like 6 voices, and his co-host, it's all him and one extra guy. But
Right.
he does like, and I'm like, I remember the first time I saw him do it, I was like, that's insane. The vocal control.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Crazy.
have you ever heard Phil Hendry, Laura?
Yes.
I mean, he can do men, women,
Yeah.
kids.
Him too, yeah.
70
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
70
it's-
different characters, he told me.
It's and then once you're in on the bit, it's even better.
Oh, it's funny, 'cause
you
you're-
just listen to the audience go insane because he would start with a rational premise. It'd be like a woman like we've got Margaret Gray on, and
Margaret Gray was his regular, yeah.
and she believes that all babies should be raised in a Christian faith from the day they're born.
Yep.
And she comes on and says, yes, the religion's a very important thing, Phil. You have to have that and then he'll say, well, Margaret, kids don't remember anything when they're 2 weeks old. Well, Phil, that's why we baptize the baby. I put him in a bag, a plastic bag, and I shake him and I sing a song. Wait, back up, Margaret. You put a baby in a plastic bag. Yes, in a plastic, sealed with a Ziploc. And I sing, baptist baby in a bag, and I shake the child, and that brings them religion. And people would call and say,
This is child abuse.
This is pretty good, though.
Yeah, people would call Laura and go, hey, Phil, I don't know who your guest is. Of course, the guest was Phil.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know who your guest is, but putting any living thing
In
in
a
a
Ziploc
plastic
bag, yeah.
is grounds for death. I mean,
Going
you
to jail.
can't do it. You can't give this person a platform. Well, we're very safe with the child. We have the parent hold one side of the bag, and then I hold the other side, and we sing together. Baptist baby in a bag, and the kids love it. And the caller would go, no, you can't put a kid in a plastic bag. And Phil would just go, I agree with you, caller. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Phil always agreed with the callers. He never agreed with the
guy
guest.
is just freaking. I can't wait for your podcast.
He's one
what
of
time
the,
on Monday does this drop?
It breaks Monday at 10:30.
Okay,
I think that Phil, if I
How'd
was,
you get him to do it?
well, he's got this documentary, and he saw you at wedding,
At the wedding,
and
yeah.
I reached out to
Does
him.
that
He's
come
like,
up? Does the wedding
it does.
come
The
up?
wedding does come
I
up.
can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah,
Yeah.
it does. If there was a, I hate to do this. I can't. If there was a Mount Rushmore of radio, I think Phil would be on it.
Yeah, you hate Mount Rushmore.
I
he
have-
would. For me, he'd be like
He
him and
would
Howard
be.
Stern would be the
Him
first
and
two
Howard
guys up.
Stern. Who else?
Do we have to just because he's a groundbreaker? Do we have to put Limbaugh in there?
I think you do have to. Actually, Phil and I talked a lot about that. Limbaugh was a great radio performer.
Yeah.
Politics aside, he was a great radio performer.
And then who would be the fourth?
I personally put Larry King. Because I used to listen
Toledo,
to Larry
hello.
King when I was a little kid, all night, middle of the night, Larry King. Tamika, go!
If you would ask somebody,
I might. Larry, wow. I might put Colin in there.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, he's been. I mean, he's now more of a TV guy than a radio
he's more TV
guy.
than radio, yeah.
But
he's a great performer.
Jim Rome,
Jim Rome's a great performer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, great performer.
Well, pretty much anybody affiliated with Craig Kitchen is
Oh,
on
yeah.
the short list.
Otherwise, Craig Kitchen isn't interested in you.
Yeah, right.
What's up, fool? All right, guys. So I came across this interesting article saying that a lot of people have seen demons when they wake up, right? I know
Oh,
you guys.
here
Hold
we go.
on. I know you
I've
guys
been looking for them, Laura. They won't show up.
I know you guys don't believe in it, but it's
I do.
actually related to sleep paralysis.
Okay.
So when you wake up really quick, but you can't move.
Yes.
So studies are correlating that when that happens to you, you're like seeing shadowies and, like kind of shadow figures.
Yes.
And people, in result, think, oh, that's a demon.
Right.
So my question is not necessarily have you seen a demon, but have you experienced, because I knew that reaction.
Now-
have you experienced sleep paralysis?
I have not, but Michael claims
You're never asleep, so you can't be
Michael
paralyzed.
claims that a ghost stole his wine.
Oh, God.
And he
What? Here we
no,
go.
he ask him about it next time you see him
tomorrow.
Yeah, he will swear on his children's lives that he was at a hotel in Berkeley and a ghost stole his
Nice.
wine. I think Trudell took his wine.
Trudell is the culprit.
Yeah, I've never seen demons.
Either Trudell or Billy Mack took his wine, and Michael is convinced it was a ghost.
I've never been sleep paralyzed. I've never seen
Never.
demons. No, none of this stuff.
I haven't seen demons, but I've
You guys are
experienced-
afraid of the weirdest stuff. Afraid of robots, afraid of demons,
I'm not afraid of demons.
ghosts, afraid of
I'm not
UFOs,
afraid of ghosts.
afraid of Bigfoot.
I'm not afraid of that. I have a healthy respect for it. There's a difference.
A healthy respect for something that isn't real.
Oh, I do think it's real.
Okay.
You thought the ghost was real. We told you that was a fake video, and you totally bought
There
it.
was one ghost that I thought would look somewhat convincing.
And what
but
about
you
that
guys all
Bigfoot
said no.
walking around out there that
Oh,
we
that-
found?
Bigfoot. That guy was literally
All
wearing a
right.
Bigfoot suit.
Mason,
You did not.
I have a question.
Yes.
Who's the most emotional Lakers fan you know? Just on his last nerve.
On his last nerve. Let's go with who is that? Who is that there on their last nerve?
When we come back,
This guy that
I'm going
really-
to play something that gives anybody
Okay.
a run for their money.
Excellent.
I love when people are passionate. We have found the ultimate passionate Laker. I don't even know what the guy's name is.
No, we don't even
but
know.
He's fantastic.
We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Coming
Most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Hey, Morales stopping in from his busy day of meetings all over the place and all that
Laura
stuff.
told me to come in here. I don't know why.
Yeah. To join the fun and frivolity.
Now, Chris, who is the most emotional Lakers fan you know?
Like Alan Sliwa.
Sliwa's a very good name. That's the name I was
But
looking
he
for.
doesn't lose it.
Hey, Laker fans.
So, like, I hear from Laker fans all the time.
That are
like,
crazy, ragged edge,
like here, I'll
nut
give you one.
jobs.
Brian, one of our listeners, sent me this the other night after the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we had an exchange, and he sent it back to, he said, John, I'm over this effing team. Coach, lost a 30-year fan. Losing a 12 and 20-point lead, unforgivable for a coach. Make adjustments, change strategy, sub players in, something. I'm over this team. Good luck rest of the games. I'm out until next year.
Lost a 30-year fan.
You lost a friend, literally.
I wrote him back. I said, Brian, don't blame you. Incredibly frustrating loss, possibly a season ender. Like every year, they'll make changes, and hopefully they get back next season. Thanks for the note. Okay? Then he writes back, sorry for the angry message, John. He comes out.
Everybody, no matter what, if somebody's angry, they come at you, you go back at them, they always come back nice.
So people send me Laker fans all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this is.
Okay.
This guy, I love passionate fan.
Yeah.
Chris, you're going to love this guy.
It's passionate energy.
This was
it's
some
passion.
dude on TikTok.
Yep.
And to say that he may have lost, I think, everybody knows I'm rooting for Darvin. I like Darvin. I know a lot of people don't like Darvin. You're all entitled to your opinion. This guy is very much.
By the way, it's a guy named Eddie Von Tramp.
Okay. So Eddie has had it.
Well, I got to make fun of the guy's name.
I didn't make fun of it.
Chris, you're not going to make fun of him. He's going to be your new best friend.
Yeah, okay.
Listen to, Brian, this was like 5 minutes long. You pulled the first how long? 45 seconds?
Yeah, first minute.
Okay, first minute. Let's just say Eddie has had it, and he doesn't care who knows it.
Gvin Ham is the literal reason why I will never have kids. How could I bring a child into this world? Look what I can do on this screen. I could ice it. LeBron's in backside help on Jokic's roll. I could up and hedge it right here. Torian Prince is going to get all the way over in backside help. D'Angelo Russell can take both Nuggets 2 passes away. You must have backside help! You moron! You pile of trash! Jackson Hayes. Look, D'Angelo Russell is standing right next to you. Torian Prince, also in the gaps. You have no reason, none, to be playing off Jamal Murray. You've got help everywhere. First of all, on the switch with Jokic, you want to get underneath, battling for position. If you're just going to instantly front the post, where's LeBron? Must get in backside help. Can't let pass to Jokic get made over the. No one's moved. What's the game plan here? There is no.
That was awesome.
That guy's
great
bringing it
is
right
that
there.
guy?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Is that guy too 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. starting Monday?
Yeah, there he is.
And you might say, well, he's mad at the Lakers. Like, why? No, that's a passionate fan.
Oh,
the
yeah.
word fan is short for fanatic.
Fanatic, yes.
Chris, that's your kind of guy,
When
right?
they lose Sunday or Monday,
Oh, come on. Be optimistic.
or Saturday or Monday, I should say, we should get him on the air. Is he on TikTok?
Eddie Von
I don't know,
Tramp.
somebody he posts that, and his analysis is actually pretty.
No, his analysis
good.
is not bad.
Yeah.
You don't
What do you
lay
mean
off
not
Jamal
bad?
Murray. No, it's not.
What's wrong?
well,
A little too passionate.
no,
for you?
we're talking about the nuggets
No,
inside of it. I like the passion.
He's so emotional that I think his analysis gets lost a little bit,
Okay.
but it's actually pretty
No,
good.
It's good basketball analysis. That guy is a passionate guy. He might even be in the league. He could be in the league.
You think he's in the league?
He could
Like
be.
Sedano?
Like Sedano and like Ireland in the league. So much reaction to yesterday sharing a rib
Oh, yes.
with Morales.
That got the intended response.
Now, he, in fact, does have Juan's number.
I have Juan's number.
I know
think
you
he's
do.
more worried about me having Juan's number at this
Well,
point.
Chris, this is the way you get in the jacuzzi. It's Mason that doesn't want you in
Right,
there.
of course.
Juan
it's
doesn't
not.
care.
It's not. I don't care.
No, okay.
Oh, I know. It's Juan.
I
Juan doesn't care.
disagree.
Well,
I think Juan would allow Chris in.
I'm like, who cares?
What
He's
would
like,
you do if you came home one afternoon and you just see Juan and I in the jacuzzi and a stack of ribs?
I would be creeped out.
Would you join? If Juan said, "Hey, honey, come on in."
Yeah.
Would you join?
If you were in there?
Yeah.
No, it's a 2-person tub. I'm not getting in with you. By the way, yesterday, so you sent that picture of the rib eating to Juan.
Yes.
And I was also on that text. And what did Juan text back?
Well, not till like 7 o'clock at night.
What
so
did he
I
text
feel
back?
like you guys had a conversation.
What did he text back?
Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
No, in which all
by
that
the
he
way-
knows is now he's subscribed.
By the way, Chris,
That's the wrong answer.
You know that Mason took Juan's phone and wrote that.
No,
right?
no, I
Oh,
swear
did
to
you?
God. No. He wrote it, and then I said, I better go in and like it so he knows it's a joke. So I liked it.
Oh, I do.
I hearted it.
I've known Juan for a while. It's okay.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Mason and Ireland, we had a Mandy's 3 production meeting.
Oh, nice.
We got a lot of fun stuff planned.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
As it pertains to this show.
We
for
are
the
going to be made
anniversary.
sport of?
No.
No?
I would say we're going to pay tribute.
Oh, nice.
Probably.
and in only a way Chris can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, there's
I
only
think
one tribute I really want on that night, Morales. You know what it is?
No.
Best host of the year.
Well, voting starts Monday.
Oh, it's officially starting Monday?
Yeah.
I got to get the Russian bots
Yeah,
on
I was
this
going
right
to say,
away.
get the bot.
The only thing that is
Get the
holding-
same people they've using to fix all the elections. Apparently, that's a
Oh,
big
sure,
deal. Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Now, we will have Fan of the Year, which we select internally. But we're going to have a new category.
Okay.
And we haven't decided the exact name, but it'll basically be, let's just call it Listener of the Year.
Okay.
Where listeners will be able to write in their vote for other people on the Twitter community.
Oh, that's smart.
So somebody could vote, write in Crypto Ray. Somebody could write in Casper Villas. Somebody could
Didn't
write
Crypto
in
Ray already
Radio
win a
Microphone.
similar
Fan of the Year.
award?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
But this
right.
is voted on by the people for the people. Also,
Yes.
there's going to be a Lifetime Achievement Award this year that goes to somebody on the team. I won't tell you who.
Lifetime Achievement Award to somebody on our team?
Yes.
I'm trying to
Somebody over there?
No,
Has
somebody
anyone been here longer than us?
I don't think so. I mean, we're on our...
We've only given out that award
We're on our
once.
6th program.
And
Director.
that was on Mandy's 1. That went to Dr. Clapper.
So well deserved.
Well, yeah,
too.
well, and Dr. Clapper's back in the
Clapper.
fold now,
He is
right?
back in the
Will
fold.
Yeah,
he
I
be
like
invited
that.
to Mandy's
Oh,
3?
absolutely. He might have
Yeah.
co-hosted with me.
When Best Doctor?
How long do you think, if I asked Pepe to co-host the whole
Oh,
show
my
with
God.
me, how long do you think he can hang in?
Oh, he can hang.
Oh my God!
No, he would get sick of you after 20 minutes.
20 minutes? You think that's all we got?
The one thing about Pepe... Focus. A lot of focus when he does it. And he'll ride in on his... The horse. The horse.
And then there will be the Most Hated Award.
Pepe will be here tomorrow.
So this is new and Most Hated Award?
Well, that's going to be interesting.
So the thing is who wants to be nominated? Of course, Greg, just looking to win an award, is nominating himself along with me.
Oh my
as
God,
the-
look at you.
Well, shouldn't everybody be on there?
No.
Just in case?
No, because some people don't feel comfortable being nominated as Most Hated.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
that's true.
I don't care.
So right now
You can
we
stick
have
me in
me,
there.
You can put me and Mason in there. We
me,
don't care.
Corporate Greg,
Yep.
Sedano,
Shadano, right?
John.
John. Not me.
If you want to be.
People hate
It's
me.
all guys?
Come on.
Well, no,
I-
if you want to be nominated.
I've got
Good,
lots
people
of
hate
haters.
me. Let's go.
You want to be nominated?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Who doesn't want to be nominated for Most Hated?
A lot of people.
You know what I say? I say you want people who love you or despise you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the old radio saying was when they ask about you and rated 1 through 5, you want either 1s or 5s. You
Exactly.
don't want 3s.
The extremes are what win.
A lot of 3s, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Any other new awards? Yeah, exactly. Any other new awards?
I think that's it. We're going
Why-
to do Best Smile thanks to our friends at Children's Dental
I
Fund.
don't have that. I've got a crooked smile.
Like the song?
Is there a song called Crooked Smile?
Yes, by J. Cole.
Yeah,
No.
J. Cole. did.
That's a
yeah.
great song.
I do have a crooked smile and an off-balance face. That's what they
such a
say.
good song.
So, any other new awards?
I think that will cover
Yeah.
it.
I have a question.
Yes.
This is just me being extra, but I want to know
Uh-huh.
because Chris and I talked about this. So for associate
Mm-hmm.
producer, am I in that category?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Am I in the producer category?
So this morning on the piece of paper, on the list of things you were not, and I said we need to add her to that category as well.
So my bit now is I want both.
So
you want to win
Because
both.
I'm the only one that
I'm
is
fine
in
with
both.
that.
Oh, the daily double
I
for
want to
Laura.
shake it up this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. No, you have a lot of big. No, Yachtly Crew's not.
No,
in.
they're next year.
Are we adding a musical
We are
component?
going to have a musical so the way this is going to work, because it's a different location, is it's all going to happen in the big tent. So the pre-show stuff will happen. The red carpet, you'll walk into the big tent. And then the post-show, people can hang in the big tent area. So we are going to have a musical number before the show. I don't know. Yeah, we're working on some stuff. It's going to be more of like an East LA sound beforehand. But it's not like a sit-down concert. They're just going to be playing for entertainment, and people can get their drinks. They can do the meet and greet. They can just be there.
And our DJ is going to be there again?
DJ Ray will be there as well.
Have we got... I was thinking kind of what about a little jazz band?
Well, we did that year one, if you remember.
I don't remember.
Okay, so obviously it was a big hit.
You expect me to remember things from 2 years ago?
He doesn't remember things from
I
2
remember
weeks ago.
2 shows ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe a little jazz band.
You want a jazz band?
Jazz band.
For what?
For entrance music. Because it sets a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, if we can find a jazz band, I'm not into it.
You're not. What you are not into my karaoke concept.
It's never really stuck.
Yeah. Don't you think, Ireland, there should be a karaoke component to
Yes.
the Mandy Awards?
Yes. I mean,
No, I think we should let people who can actually sing.
No,
I think karaoke is stupid.
That's no fun. You want the people who can't sing to sing.
No, that's a bad. I mean, then you have to sit through it. I'm meh.
After the show is over, the lights come up, and the post show then happens in the tent, the same place we're doing the Mandy's.
Oh, right. It's in a tent now.
It's a giant tent where they just did this huge boxing event last weekend.
Awesome.
So we could then have a karaoke component to the post show.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We could do that.
So we're doing a post show this year.
It's not really. It's just happening. Everyone kind of dispersed last year into the bars.
Yes.
This time, it's all right there.
Okay.
It's all happening. Remember when we had
It's
that slogan?
all happening.
Remember that slogan?
Exactly. That was after the one from Vanderpump Rules, wasn't it?
Mason Island, it's all happening.
By the way, here's Shayna. Did she not have it's all... Sheena. She had it's all
right
happening
here.
tattooed on her forearm?
Lisa promised me she would do it. Hey, don't say anything about what I just sent you. I want to talk to you about it. But if Sheena shows up at the Mandy's, I'll get there early. And, she'll need supervision.
It's Sheena, not Shayna.
Yes. Sheena's on husband number 2. I think she's 25. On 2 of 5.
She's on a roll.
John would supervise Sheena or Shayna.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah,
True.
to be honest, that's true.
So have you pulled our most embarrassing
Jenna
moments?
or Jana,
Yeah.
either way.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah.
Have you pulled all of our most embarrassing moments?
Producer Jorge and Carlo are working on a lot of stuff.
Excellent.
We got
Excellent.
They have a lot to choose
A lot
from.
of material this year.
We got a lot of stuff.
Awesome. And when do tickets go on sale?
Not until June.
Oh, really? So it's going to be...
And we've got a meeting tomorrow where you might have to come to a potential partner for ticket stops.
Have I never
I'm not talking about
gone
you.
to a...
I'm just talking about
Well,
people.
you're acting like, Mason won't go to a part. Of course I will. Why are you saying I won't go to a part?
Did I ever say
You
that?
just suggested that.
No, when
I
say
don't think
you,
you did.
I meant like listeners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're going to have ticket stops like the old days. Like you probably did at 97Q.
93Q. WRQ.
You did ticket stops, right?
Oh, sure we did.
see?
We also
That's
did
awesome.
bumper stickers. Nobody does bumper stickers anymore.
Well, did you
Nobody
see the new footballs we got made? The little mini
oh
footballs?
my
Oh,
God,
the-
they're so cute.
Yeah.
I love them.
The flick it footballs?
No,
Well,
they're
you
like
squeeze it.
mini footballs.
Oh,
like the
we
stress
did.
relievers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they?
They're
I have
hanging
one.
Laura's
around.
got one in her hand.
Oh, Laura's got one? Yeah, I didn't get one
The
yet.
We
black
might
ball,
get
I love
special
it.
Mandy's ones made
Oh, nice. Special
to
footballs
hand
for
out
the
that
night?
day. Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's going to get pelted. You know that.
A lot of people, they're going to throw it at me.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, Morales, what else going on? Anything?
Well, Laura sent me in here, and I said, no, they're doing their thing. I don't want to bother them. She goes, see, you only go on Sedano and
Yeah,
Cap.
I
Oh,
was
that's
like,
true.
That's
listen.
kind of true.
You do only go on Shadano and Cap. Like, I was listening last Tuesday night at
Well,
like
yesterday was Tuesday.
Oh, okay. I was listening last
Monday
night.
I was on the show.
But you were on last night between 6 and 7, and I thought, look, Morales is hanging in there
The show needs help.
from 6 to
Because
7
here's
o'clock,
what-
and
No,
we
they-
couldn't
No.
get him in our first hour
Cappy
yesterday.
got yelled at yesterday because
Oh,
he was
really?
just
What'd he
giving us
do
top
now?
line stuff. He wasn't. He had no takes on the game. He's just repeating like, yeah. So that was the fourth quarter when LeBron. It's like, dude, it's 24 hours later. We already
Right.
know those stories.
Right.
Top line Cappy is what I'm going to call him now.
Top line Cappy.
This is why he can't be
He
an
needs
A.
to be. He needs to be more like that guy.
Yes.
That
I
guy
need
that-
takes.
That,
the guy that goes in.
that says he's not having kids because of Darvin Ham.
Yes.
This is why he's not a great A.
See-
because it's just
Oh my God.
word vomit. He uses 500 words when 50 are in fine.
He does say many words.
Right?
I will say that for Cap. But the words are funny.
Top line Cappy.
Yeah, I don't know if
I
anybody's
disagree
going
with
to
that
Cappy
assessment.
for deep sports analysis.
You don't?
I don't think anybody's coming to
I'm
me for
Team
deep
Cap.
sports
People
analysis.
come to John for analysis.
Oh no,
Yes.
John and Shadano, they go deep sport
'Cause
deep.
we're in the
They're in the
league. Yes.
league.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a totally different category.
Where are they coming for analysis on the other show?
Which the 10-1?
Yeah.
Sliwa.
Emily.
Travis.
Yeah, Emily.
I think Emily actually might have the best
Emily does
analysis.
have the
Right.
stuff. She's got
There
it
you
going
go.
down.
All right, kids, have
Mason
fun.
All
did
right,
a whole
thank you very
podcast
much.
with Emily.
I did. Yeah. Comes out tomorrow. All right, coming up next for you, 5 million views on TikTok for a senior at Torrance High School. You'll never guess why.
Okay.
That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, Chris, hang around for a second. I got to read this thing about iSpot Active first. Do you play golf, pickleball, tennis, soccer, basketball, football, any of that stuff? If you do, chances are you get sore. I'm a big cryotherapy guy, and iSpot Active has created wearable cryotherapy. So you purchase iSpot's devices. They're awesome. Mason's got one. I've got one. Sedano's got one. And basically, you put these things on for 20 minutes. You go about your day, and at least in my case, I'm not sore anymore. And you don't have to stop what you're doing. It just kind of feels like you have football pads on. So try it. If you don't like it, they have a full money-back guarantee and free shipping. So you got nothing to lose. The only way you can get wearable cryotherapy is to go to their website, iSpotActive.com. You'll see James Worthy on there. He's one of the owners of the company. And you'll see testimonials from a doctor. All your questions will be answered at iSpotActive.com. But if you're active and you want to stay active, don't wait. Sign up today. Get your iSpot Active device. If you don't like it, you can send it back. You get all your money back, but you'll love it. Everybody I've turned on to this thing loves it. iSpot Active, iSpotActive.com.
On 710 ESPN, the OGs of LA Sports Radio. We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwich between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
Whatever happened to CeeLo? Where is he now? What's he doing?
Did he get Me Too'd?
Is that what happened?
I seem to remember there was some type of an incident.
I know he always
Maybe
sat on, what was it, American Idol or whatever
Yeah.
with a
The
bird.
Voice.
The Voice.
The
He had a
Voice, the
bird
Voice, the
all
Voice.
the
He was,
time.
he was on The Voice, right?
I
He
don't
was a
like.
judge on The Voice.
I don't like off the board pets like a bird. Like, what's
Those-
the point of a bird?
So we
what
used to
what
have
does a bird
birds.
actually do?
We used to have birds when I was little,
Yeah.
and they were just messy and noisy.
Yeah, I don't understand birds. I don't understand turtles. I don't
Oh,
understand.
turtles are cute.
Turtles.
Turtle.
Let me tell you a little turtle story. I'm glad you mentioned turtles.
Turtle.
So when I was a little kid, probably 3-4 years old, and I remember this very clearly as one of my earliest memories, we had those little turtles with the little slide and like a fake palm tree and stuff. And then all of a sudden they did a story on the news about salmonella and turtles. And my mom just immediately took them to the can and flushed them down the toilet.
No.
Yes, she did.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough. Now turtles can swim though.
But like you flushed it down the toilet.
But aren't they able to swim?
I'm gonna say
Sea
yes,
turtles.
pero like I don't know.
These may not have been sea
Yeah,
turtles. You're right. May
like,
not have been
what?
sea turtles. Yeah. But a snake, like Cody's got a snake.
Oh
What-
no! Did you see the black mamba snake video that I sent you
Yeah,
guys?
the one where the one
snake
snake
catcher.
ate the other
yes.
snake.
So what? No.
Oh.
So there was a black mamba snake goes into a house. They
Mhm.
bring in a professional snake catcher, and this girl grabbed this black mamba like it was nothing. And she's like, the whole thing is like wrapped around her arm. And I was like, oh, no, girl. I even asked you, I was like, how much would it take for you guys to wrestle like a snake or grab a snake? How much money?
Well, how big is the snake?
It was huge.
By the way, snakes are gross. I don't think I'm
They're
getting into this.
slimy.
Did you ever see those churches where they use snakes?
No.
Snake churches?
What?
Wait,
I've
there's
seen
no
it in a
such thing as
movie.
a
I
shake.
was like, there's no such
That's
thing.
in the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
there
I
are
don't think
snake-
it's like a legit thing,
Google
though.
snake churches and they'll pop right up. Snake handling in Christianity. Yeah, that's like an actual thing at some churches.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. All right. So, John, you'll find this to be an interesting story. We all went through the college experience and the application process. So there's a high school senior at Torrance High School. Her name is Nicole Leano.
Hi, Nicole.
And she's been doing social media since she was in 6th grade. She said, I've always wanted to share the real and raw stuff. So even before the college process, I was like, yeah, I'm going to film all my reactions, whether it's acceptance or rejection.
Okay.
So her dream school, UCLA.
Really hard to get in now.
She goes onto TikTok. She's got a UCLA sweatshirt on. And she's got her family with her. And she's got
Oh, no.
the letter that came from UCLA.
Oh, no.
Whether she's accepted or not.
And she doesn't know.
She doesn't know.
Okay.
She did not get accepted. And she was sad, and her family was sad.
Do you have
and She
it?
couldn't believe it. I don't have
Oh,
the audio of
okay.
it. But the one thing she said is, overall is really cool. I got to relate to other high school seniors, but also resonate with people who went through this process like 10 years ago and got rejected from their dream school. Was UCLA your dream school always?
Yeah. And so, but this will tell you the difference.
Yep.
My high school GPA was 3.8. I was pretty good, but not valedictorian.
but that's very
Matter
good,
of fact, my senior class had about 400 people.
Yep.
I was 34th.
That's
in
pretty
my
good.
class.
Yeah.
I got accepted early to UCLA with a 3.8. Now, I wouldn't even get a sniff.
Really?
You got to be like a 4.5 with AP placement classes. It's so hard
Yep.
for kids to get into college now.
And UCLA's tough.
Yeah. Well, all these, like San Diego State's tough. Like,
San Diego State's tough?
That's where Lisa went, and she couldn't get in now.
Wow.
Most California schools, if you don't have a 4.0 or above and tons of extracurriculars, you're not getting in.
Where else did you get accepted?
Penn State.
Penn State?
Notre Dame.
Wow.
Arizona State.
Wow.
UCLA. But always the whole time was, if I get in Penn State, because my mom's family is from Pennsylvania.
right.
Lived in right outside Allentown.
Yep.
Arizona State, because they had a broadcasting school, and it's where Al Michaels went to school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and I applied and got into Missouri because they had a campus television station
Okay.
at Missouri.
All right.
But I didn't want to go there.
Yeah.
My whole time, I said, if I get into UCLA, I'm going. All these other guys are backups.
Yeah.
And did you apply to more than one school?
I applied to 3 schools. I applied
to 5.
I applied to Bowling Green, which I got accepted at. I applied at Northwestern, and I got accepted there.
You should be proud of that. That's a hard thing.
And
you had an insane SAT score.
I had a
right?
crazy SAT score. And Yale, I got accepted. I got accepted to the Yale Drama School because I'm a very fine actor.
But it would have cost your parents money to send
So
you there.
much. My parents
and
said
you got
no.
a scholarship to go to Bowling Green, right?
Yeah, my parents basically said you're on your own.
So my freshman year, UCLA is on the quarter system.
Yep.
Okay, so you had to pay, I don't know if you had to do this at Bowling Green, but we had to pay reg fees. Okay.
Reg fees, yeah.
It's basically you're paying to go to school.
Yeah.
My reg fees fall quarter freshman year, fall of 1981.
Okay.
$241.
Really?
Okay. When
Wow.
I got out, spring quarter of my senior year, 4 years later, $1,700.
Yep.
I have no idea what it is now, but that's how much it went up in 4 years.
Wow.
And that was for a public school. USC now, to go to USC.
I can't even imagine. What is it?
I think it's $100,000 a year.
$100,000
a year.
Oh, God.
And I mean, and it's hard to get in.
Only Lori Loughlin and Massimo can afford that.
Yeah, they have a good. They know a guy.
Oh, they know a guy.
But,
Exactly.
I mean, these kids, I don't know how they're getting into these schools because most all these schools say if you don't have a 4.0, get lost. It's hard.
Almost $65K to get to for 1 year.
At USC?
Yep.
Okay, so I think that's just to go to school.
Yeah,
By the
just
time
school.
you get a place to live,
Yep.
get all your stuff, I mean, I think you're looking at 6 figures a year.
Yeah, no question.
Ridiculous.
Did you watch any of the Dodger game last night?
Just Shohei's home run.
Shohei's home run is ridiculous. Here is the call from that home run, right? Do you have it there, Brian? Thanks.
Ohtani with an absolute rocket. Forget about it. First game in Nats Park. First home run in Nats Park. 4-1 Dodgers. 4:23 on Sunday. 4:50 tonight.
So that's the longest home run hit by a Dodger this year, and it's also the hardest hit ball. You know, they have a hard hit meter now.
hard hit rate.
Hardest hit ball in the major leagues this season, and the hardest hit ball of Shohei's career.
Yeah, 118.7 miles per hour was the exit velocity on that. And all of a sudden, he's got 6 home runs, and people
there
were
is
worried.
a narrative out there that Shohei Ohtani is struggling or that he's not as good with the Dodgers as he was with the Angels.
What?
Neither of those things are true.
No.
Off the field, obviously, Shohei's had some stuff. But on the field, he's been rock solid. He leads the major leagues in batting average, and he's second in OPS to Mookie Betts.
Yeah, I mean, he's batting .364. Where is that narrative coming from that Shohei is not?
Oh, just Google Shohei Ohtani, and you'll see what's wrong with Shohei. Why is he doing that? Nothing's wrong with him.
Yeah, nothing at all.
He's playing great.
Last night, by the way, the Dodgers did win 4-1, and we were complaining about the bullpen yesterday and said the only reliable guy is Evan Phillips, and then Evan Phillips struggled in the ninth. Michael Grove was good, Alex Vesey was good, Daniel Hudson was good, and then Evan Phillips struggled, did get his 6th save of the year. Today, Landon Knack is back on the mound for the Dodgers, his 2nd big league start versus the Nationals, early start in
Please
D.C.
tell me that his walk-in music is something from the Knack, like it's My
Oh,
Sharona
it
or
should be.
Good Girls Don't. Or
We should find that out. It should
well,
be.
Burton, who created the Knack, listens to
Oh,
us.
yeah, Burton Aver.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be using that as his playing song. All right, coming up next for you, John, as we get towards Game of Games. Whose game is it today?
Brian, it's you, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
Brian's game. All right.
There's a little My Sharona. Turn this up.
As Burton would say, not a one-hit wonder.
No, they had
Good Girls Don't was also
they
big.
had 2 or 3 other songs
Yeah.
too, and they're great in concert. They don't play it, they don't perform anymore, but I've been to a couple of private parties where they've played. They're awesome.
Yeah, it's a great band. I owned this album. It was a classic. And I would be surprised if Landon Knack is not using this as his play-up
Yeah,
song,
it has
right?
to, right?
It has to. All right, coming up next for you. I like nature as much as the next guy, John, but Jim Harbaugh is doing it in a pretty wild way.
This story is weird to me, and he's not the only Charger coach who's doing it.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Brand new whip, just hopped in.
So, Ireland, I want to just touch on something that I think is a great misconception around the station. Play this promo a little bit. This is Giordano and Cappy.
Coming up today at 4 p.m.
They're on
It's
at
the
4.
LA
Afternoon Takeover. And they're taking
with
over.
Sedano and Cap.
I mean, listen, don't make me start dissing you. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I think, Georgie, maybe you and I should collab on a diss track.
On Morales?
With just everybody. We just take
take the whole station.
You know what we do?
Do it for the opening of the Mandy's.
First of all, that would be like. Do you imagine how mad people would get if we did that? Though, I mean, it would be hilarious. And if anyone would be able to pull it off, it would be you and me.
Who would get mad? Who would get mad if they did a bit?
Slee.
I think Slee rolls with it better than he used to. Diss away.
Yeah, I think he's came around to that.
Yeah, I think he's got more fun in him now.
Since the trial of the century, he's
loosened up.
He's loosened up and won.
Loosened
Yeah,
up.
he's the only one I
year.
could think of that I would be nervous about offending.
Yeah,
if you and I were doing
no,
a diss track.
Yeah, no, I would not be. I'm not offendable anymore.
Me neither.
Are you offendable?
No.
Come at me, bro.
I've lost all sense of being offended.
Yeah, you
Come
can't
at
be
us.
you can't be in the public eye as long as we have and get.
Yeah, I mean, get a
thin-skinned.
steady stream of crap on my social media.
Half the city hates us.
Exactly. All right, so real quick, we're going to do the Jim Harbaugh thing in a minute, but I wanted to here, who's an LAFC guy, 3252 guy. Ruben, what's up, man?
What's up, Mace? What's up, Ireland?
Hey, Ruben.
Yeah, I'm the one that gave you the 42 original scarf, the weed scarf.
I love the weed scarf, man.
So,
right, I
Ruben,
just
how
wanna-
tough will it be to get Mason into the 3252?
Oh, it'll be easy. If he wears that scarf to the game, he could walk into the up
There
there.
you
It's
go.
almost like having a ticket.
Is that right?
It's like having a ticket, he says.
Nice. Okay.
Pretty much.
I'm
Yeah.
shooting for
Pretty much,
next.
especially
I'm
if you're in
shooting
the
for
stadium.
next Sunday, Ruben.
All right, sounds good. We have a tailgate before. If you want to hop on by, you can't miss it. You can't miss the smell. For
I
sure.
bet you can't.
So work for that.
I bet we'll be able to smell it from here at LA Live. It'll be so much
Yes,
fun.
For sure, definitely.
All right, so
Definitely, but yeah.
plan on next Sunday, Ruben. I'm definitely going to be there. We'll DM me or whatever. Actually, get your number, and we'll connect off the air.
I'll ask my sister
All right,
for it.
sounds good.
Cool. Thanks,
All
Ruben.
right, cool.
So the weed section at 3252. I'm psyched about that. All right, so out in nature, I love like the beautiful skies and the ocean and the beach and
I
the
read
palm
something today
trees.
that the average person spends 90% of their time indoors.
That's so sad.
I'm not because I'm a golfer.
Get out of the house.
I'm more like 60-40.
Yeah. And kids are probably indoors 95%
Yeah,
of the time
no
playing
kidding.
their video games and whatnot. So Jim Harbaugh is doing something very, very interesting, though. He has chosen...
Now, keep in mind, Jim Harbaugh gets paid like $10 million a year.
He's chosen to live close to the land, John. Jim Harbaugh is living in an RV.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? In
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. Right at the beach, right?
Right. In an RV park.
Yep.
And one of his assistants is in the same RV park, except the assistant has a bigger RV than Harbaugh does. Here's the weird thing.
Yep.
Harbaugh's married with kids. Are the kids living in the RV?
That's a good question. I don't know how old his kids are.
I think they're older now. But
So maybe that may not be a thing.
yeah, I wouldn't. I if you want to take a trip for 2 weeks in an RV, I'm all in. No worries. Live there? No, thank you.
How would you and Lisa do in an RV like we sold everything, we got our savings, we're going in an RV, we're going to see the country. How long would you and Lisa last?
Day and a half.
Day and a half. That's it.
My parents actually did this.
No.
Yeah, they did it for about 4 years. Right at.
They didn't get sick of what ended. Why did it stop?
I think it was they went RVing with the goal of always buying a new house
Right.
somewhere else. So I think they finally.
So it was
found
always
the
going to be
space.
temporary, and then it lasted 4 years.
Right. I think their plan was only like a year.
Do you
or
think
two.
you could do it?
I don't think I could do 4 years, but I feel like I could do a couple months for sure.
A couple of months would be interesting. Laura, could you do any of it?
I thought I could. We wanted I told Mace, my friends and I wanted to do like a cross country thing for a few months.
Yep.
And then we're like, oh, we got to live with each other all day, all the time.
In a very
confined space. Yeah.
I
yeah.
love you, but not that much. So no, I could not.
Sue, my friend Sue Kalinsky, they've got they've got
They got like the fancy one.
They don't have they don't have like an RV. They've got like a camper truck kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they love it. That's the only vacation they do. They go to an RV park wherever.
But
and
see, that's different.
Why?
Because it's for a very limited time.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you can do it for a limited
Harbaugh,
time.
I think, has been living in this RV in Orange County the whole time he's been with the Chargers.
I mean, he can't stay there very long, can he?
I don't know. He's weird. So, yeah, I mean, I can see him. I need to get more details. Is his family with him, or is it just him?
Yeah, we don't.
I think it's just him, but
Yeah. He's being compared to Jim Rockford from the
That's his favorite show.
Rockford Files. Yeah, and that's what Rockford did. He had a trailer.
Lived in the RV.
Yeah,
Remember how
lived in the RV.
every Rockford Files started?
No.
Really creative.
Yep.
It was his phone answering machine. You would hear a ringing phone and said, "Hi, it's Jim Rockford. Leave a message at the beep." And it would always be some absurd message.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Rockford, you've got $978 worth of parking tickets. We've impounded your car. Call us.
Yeah.
Then the show would
And then the
start.
show would start. That was the
it would
cold
always
open.
or it'd be some girl. Jim, you said you would call, and you haven't called me.
You're like man of 1,000 voices today. You've done at least 5
Yeah,
voices
he
during the
has,
show.
and
Here's
It's
my
crazy.
favorite, James. Stop me if you guys have told. If
Stop.
You've heard it.
No, I'm kidding.
No.
Okay. Laura, have you heard my James Garner story?
I don't believe so.
Okay, this is a great story.
Yeah.
So I'm friends with Kevin Conley, the guy who played E on Entourage.
Sure.
He's a golf buddy of mine.
Yep.
So he was in the movie The Notebook.
Oh, yeah.
Love that movie.
So in The Notebook, if you most people have seen it, but
Yeah.
if not,
Ryan Gosling, Rachel McAdams, and then the
And then-
old version of them is Jim Rockford, and Jim
James
Garner, and Jenna Rollins.
right. So it's basically set in 2 time periods, and they're playing the same character.
Mm-hmm.
So Gosling gets the script, and him and Conley are buddies, and they're hanging out together. And Gosling says to Conley, "Hey, James Garner has blue eyes, and I have brown eyes, and they're asking me to wear blue contacts to shoot the movie, but I'm in 90% of the scenes, and he's in 10%. Shouldn't he be the one to wear the contacts? I'm going to go ask him." Conley's like, "Really? You're going to go ask James Garner?
If he'll wear contacts?
Yeah, and Gosling goes, yeah. So Gosling walks over to him. He goes, "Hey, Mr. Garner." He goes, "Great to have you on this." Blah, blah. He talks to him. He goes, and he explains the dilemma. And he says, "So how about you wear brown contacts, and that way I don't have to wear contacts for the whole movie."
Right.
And he says, Garner looks at him, turns around, goes, "Kid, everybody knows Garner has blue eyes," and walks out of the trailer.
There you go.
That was it. And
Yeah.
he had to wear blue contacts
That's
for the
very
whole
funny.
movie.
Very funny.
Didn't even consider it.
Yeah.
Kid, he's not with us anymore, right? James
No,
Garner?
James Garner is not. His daughter managed me briefly a number of years back. Gigi.
In another
Garner.
life?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was Cuckoo Birds.
Okay.
Well, but that might work for you.
Yeah, no, it worked for a little while.
Yeah.
And then didn't. All right, coming up next for you is Game of Games. It is Brian's game today. We'll grab somebody from the afternoon show to play.
Sure, and I think the count starts today. It counts for 2.
Counts for 2,
Excellent.
exactly.
I need to come back.
We will do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
After
of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and Shadano is here to play. Shadano, what's up?
Hey, I love the TikTok guy. I saw him this morning because someone in the Circle of Trust posted it, and someone texted to me separately and said, "Is this guy related to you? He's almost as loud, if not louder than you."
He is loud.
He is certainly passionate.
Yeah, fiery. All right, so it is Brian Cohen's game today. Brian, what do we got going?
Oh, there we
Got a
go.
little sports movie quotes kind of
Sports
game
movie
here.
quotes,
Was
okay.
chopping this up with my mom, and she kind of came up with some of these questions.
All right, thanks,
good.
Mom. Now,
All right.
is it
Mom.
multiple choice or is it
multiple choice? Two or three choices here.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, so number one here. In the movie Major League, Pedro Serrano says, is it A, caps for bats keeps bats warm? Or is it B, hats for bats keeps bats warm?
Laura,
The first one, sorry.
you're going caps.
Caps.
Mace.
I'm going caps.
I'm going hats.
I am also going hats.
It is hats.
So now and I
Hats
are
for
on the
bats.
board.
Hats for bats.
My favorite line from that movie is he wants to sacrifice a chicken, and they bring him Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Number two here. In the movie Bull Durham, Annie says, I believe in the game of baseball. I believe in the soul of baseball. Or C, I believe in the church of baseball.
Mace.
I'm going to guess church.
I will also say church. Sedano.
Ooh, I'm going to go soul.
Laura.
I'm going to go church.
It is church.
Everybody but George.
Oh, there was no breaking news.
I was going to
like,
say.
whoa.
It was, I accidentally hit the breaking news button.
All right. What's next, Brian?
In the remake of the movie Longest Yard, Cheeseburger Eddie says in the final game, always protect the biscuits, always protect the McNuggets.
This one's me, and I don't know the answer, so I'm guessing. I will say always protect the McNuggets. Sedano.
I'm going to say biscuits because I've never heard always protect the McNuggets. I've heard protect the biscuits.
Laura.
I'm also going biscuits.
Mace.
I say biscuits.
It is McNuggets.
Oh! Ireland with the point.
I have
yeah.
never heard that before.
No.
Wow.
That's pretty good. It's when they the ref is on their bad side, so they're just throwing the ball right at the ref and his privates.
Protecting the McNuggets.
The McNuggets. There we go.
Yes.
All right. What's next, Brian?
All right, in the movie Hoosiers, before the final shot, Jimmy says, I'll make it, give me the ball, or we can win this.
George.
I hate that movie, and I've only watched it once. I'll say we can win this.
Laura.
A.
What?
Laura.
A, I'll make it.
I'll
Okay.
make it. Sorry.
Mace.
What's the second one?
Give me the ball.
Give me the ball.
I'm with Laura. I'll make it.
It is I'll make it.
Oh, cool.
You don't like that movie?
I think it's the dumbest movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
so,
really like
that
it.
and Rudy, to me, are the most unrealistic movies in the world.
Rudy's stupid.
Yeah.
Rudy's stupid.
So
but-
Mace and I worked with Bob Golick, who was on that team.
Yeah.
He says Rudy is completely made up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
Like,
Yeah.
none of it ever happened.
Yeah.
Joe
Yep.
Montana was on that team. He says he doesn't even remember that guy.
Ireland, you're keeping score, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm up 4-1. You have 2.
Damn.
Those guys have
Damn.
1.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, keep going.
All right, in the movie Rudy. No, I'm just kidding.
That was good, Ryan.
In Rocky IV, Drago says to Apollo, I will destroy you, I will kill you, I must break you.
Mace,
Let me
this
go
is-
last.
Okay.
I am going to guess.
Mace, this is you.
I'm going to guess I must break you.
I also say I will break you, Laura.
With the crowd.
It's I must break you.
It is I must break you.
I must break you.
I
Okay.
must
I was
break
waiting for Sedano to do it.
There we go.
And how many you got left, Brian?
4 left.
Okay.
In 1984 Karate Kid, is the real saying, wax on right hand, wax off left hand, wax on, wax off, or wax on left hand, wax on right hand, wax on, wax off, or just wax on, wax off?
Okay. I will go first, and I will say wax on, wax off. Sedano.
The hand is one of them. I just don't know which one it was. It was left or right
Left or
first.
right, yeah.
I'm going to say right was first.
Okay, Laura.
I'm going to say left is first.
Mace.
I'm going to say it's just plain wax on, wax off.
It is the right hand first.
Yeah!
So Sedano has 3. All right, so the score is Ireland 5, Sedano 3, Laura 3, Mace 2.
Damn.
Okay, 3 left?
3 left, yes.
Okay.
In the movie Mr. Baseball, Jack's famous line is, "We're not athletes, we're baseball players." Or B, "We're not entertainers, we're baseball players."
You have to go first.
Yes.
Who starred in Mr. Baseball? I don't remember
Tom
that
Selleck,
Tom
right?
Selleck.
Oh,
I remember
okay.
this movie.
Yeah, I don't remember
He
it
plays in
either.
Japan.
That's right. Now I remember
Yeah.
the premise, but I never saw the movie.
I don't know, so this is a guess. I will say we're not athletes, we're baseball players. Sedano.
All right, I'm going to stick with Ireland on this one. I'm going to just because I still have 2 more I can go opposite.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Ireland. Yeah.
All right, Laura.
I am going to go opposite because I need a catch. So
Okay, Mace.
We're entertainers, not baseball players. Or we're not entertainers, we're baseball players.
It's athletes.
There you go.
So
I think I'm
Sedano.
out, right?
darn.
Yeah, Mace, you are now out.
Damn.
How many are left, Brian?
2 more.
All right, Laura, you're out. So now it's me and you. And
So I gotta
and
go opposite both ways.
And I'm going first. Yeah.
Number 9. Field of Dreams, Terrence says to Ray, "This field, this game, it's a part of our past." Or "This field, this game is our future."
Okay, Ireland answers first.
I'm going to say it's part of our past.
Oh crap.
Yeah,
I think it's
that's what
that.
it is,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll go the other way, but yeah.
It is part of our past.
Ah,
it is part of
gotcha.
our
Yeah.
past,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, you got a tiebreaker?
Baseball.
Or you
I
just
do.
ready-
I got
We have
tiebreaker.
one more just in case.
Yeah,
We
do
can play
one.
it.
Do them both, Brian.
Yeah, do them both.
From the movie Sandlot,
Okay.
Oh, I love that movie.
is it you throw like a girl, you play ball like a girl, or you run like a girl?
I think it's you run like a girl. It might be throw, though.
I think you throw like a girl.
I thought it was throw too.
You throw like a girl.
It's actually you play ball like
Oh,
a girl.
Laura, you
got
seem
it.
so
All
sure
right.
of it there,
I love
Laura.
that movie.
What
That's
was
one
the
of my
tiebreaker?
favorite movies.
Tiebreaker, how much did the Field of Dreams gross opening box office weekend?
You're right,
Opening
you play
weekend,
ball.
okay.
Wow, so
Opening
this is like
weekend.
80s,
Yeah,
right?
1989.
I will say
Oh my God.
$8.75 million.
I am going to say 12.2 million.
Ooh, I was going to go 12. I'll say 12.3 million.
Jackass.
I will say 7.5.
All way over 530,000.
No
Really?
way.
Oh, I would have got it.
Well, so it was not a big hit.
No.
Wow.
It became a cult classic later.
It was released early in the year, April. It's one of the few movies released early in the year that went on to be nominated for Best Picture. You don't, are you a Field of Dreams fan?
Most people say
You're
you're
not.
either a Bull Durham or a Field of Dreams guy. I'm a Bull Durham guy.
I like Bull
I'm
Durham
a both
better.
guy. I'm a
Yeah.
both guy.
Yeah.
Both.
If you had to pick one you keep forever, the other one goes away forever.
Major League is the one I'm keeping of all of
I
them.
love Major League.
Major League is the best baseball movie.
There's one better. Only one.
What?
The original Bad News Bears.
Yeah, that one's good.
that's
With Walter
great.
Matthau.
Yeah.
But if you only give me one,
Yeah, and the other one goes
Field
away.
of Dreams or Bull Durham,
Yeah.
I'm taking Field of Dreams.
No, I'm keeping Bull Durham.
I'm keeping,
Me too.
Because
I
it's
love
funnier.
Field of Dreams. And
Yeah,
the book is great.
And
all that stuff.
I worship at the Church of Ron Shelton.
Yeah.
So I'm not getting rid of a Ron Shelton movie.
All right, let's hit the soup.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk. Presented by Coors Light. Coors Light. Made to chill.
It's time for Super
There he is, Cappy in South Shadano here in studio. Cappy, what are you doing?
What's up with the puffy inside today?
Wearing the puffy jacket inside
fashion
today.
statement,
It's fashion.
Cap.
It gets cold in here.
Today is World Fashion Revolution Day.
It is?
really?
Yeah, it is. I think I probably am the guy that's revolutionized his fashion
Yes.
most lately.
Yeah.
You had nowhere to go but up.
True, I had nowhere to go but up.
But we were talking about this earlier, guys. Who's the best dressed man in the world today? Like if you wanted to give somebody an example of a guy who is a great dresser, who do you go with?
All right, I got mine right away.
Who'd you go with?
You ready for this?
Yeah, ready.
The Rock.
No.
Is The Rock a
Oh,
good
no.
dresser?
I don't think of him as a good dresser.
I don't
No.
either.
He's hot, but no.
He wears like tank tops.
Hey.
Yeah,
I think he's hot.
Yeah, I don't agree on that,
No.
Cappy. It's
You
got to
don't
be
think that he's
somebody
hot?
sort of distinguished.
More
and-
regal.
Yeah, more like
Yeah.
Clooney is dressed really
Yeah,
well.
Clooney, someone like that.
Somebody who wears like Tom Ford things.
Yeah.
Like you have Tom Ford things, right?
Yeah, not very many, but a
Not
few.
many.
Yeah.
Max used to have
That
a
was
lot
a
of-
Kellerman thing.
Oh, Kellerman, yeah, big on the Tom Ford.
Yeah,
You know, they were all the same color.
Yeah, the black. He loved the
Yeah, I
black
love
Tom
black,
Ford.
The same Tom Ford every day.
Yeah.
Cappy, how would you describe your fashion sense?
I would say I call it non-existent.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because I mean, here's the thing: when you dress the way I dress, which is primarily in like jogger pants and like V-neck T-shirts,
Yep.
that doesn't really say much about your fashion sense.
Yeah, it's
now,
true.
Mace, I did at one time, just so you know, you'll appreciate this.
Okay.
And Johnny, I once worked in TV. This is about 12 years ago. And I had a daily morning TV show.
Okay, really?
And
We've
with-
seen the clip of
The
this.
Cappy Show?
Yeah.
It wasn't called the Cappy Show, but it was, I don't even know what it was called. But they had a person who dressed us
Uh-huh.
and a very healthy clothing allowance.
Wow.
I had one of those once.
That's
Yeah.
fancy.
That was very nice.
And I walked into this boutique or, I don't know, shop that this lady had.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, I was able to get like 10, 12 sport jackets, tons of like Robert Graham shirts, you know, those shirts with the cool like cuffs where you turn them inside out and they
Okay.
turn different colors. I mean, really nice like Hugo Boss pants, you
Mm.
know, and jeans. Dude, I had a really great wardrobe until I got too fat to wear any of it.
Well, what happened? Is it stored away somewhere?
Most of it I probably like gave away, you know?
Because I have a whole box of fat clothes in my storage unit.
Oh, you do? You
Yeah,
got your fat clothes
in the
case?
event I get
Yeah.
really fat again,
Right.
then I got clothes to fit me. But right now I'm on thin clothes, but I'm storing the fat clothes just in case. I
have
think
a
don't
buddy
most
of
people
mine.
do that?
I think probably. So I have a buddy of mine who he lost like 50 pounds.
Nice.
And he had all these like custom made suits, like as if he was Ric Flair or something, you know? And he had all these great custom made suits. And my son, who's, you know, he's about 6'1" and about 215, he's kind of a big dude. He went to my buddy's house because this friend of mine was like, I'm never, ever going to get fat again. So I'm giving you all my fat clothes.
That's bold.
And my son has all these bomb suits and sport jackets, and I mean, like
For nothing.
thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Got it all for free. Now, the only issue is that when he opens up the jacket pocket, it says custom made for my buddy Blair.
Oh,
there you
okay. Now, is Blair, has he kept the weight off?
Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, he
good
looks
for him.
great.
All right, so you guys ran a promo yesterday,
Yeah.
Sedano and Cap, that you were
The diss
thinking
track.
about writing a diss track.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, as luck would have it, one of our listeners went to Chat GPT
And wrote a diss track?
about Mason and Ireland and a second one about Sedano
No!
and Cap. You guys
Oh, I
want to
love
hear
it.
some
Oh,
of
this
this?
is good. Sure.
All right,
Why
here's-
didn't we think of this yesterday, George? We're going to write one. Why write one? Why not just go to ChatGPT?
Okay, so here's ChatGPT.
Because we want it to be creative and not just like automatically let some
Okay.
computer
But who'll
default
know?
to it.
Who'll know?
Yeah. So here's I'll just read a couple paragraphs
Okay.
from each one. The whole songs are on here, but here we go. Yo, it's time to lay it down. Let's cut to the chase. Mason and Ireland, yo, it's time to face the facts. You're legends in the sports talk game, but today I'm lighting this track up with flames. Mason, you're smooth with your voice so slick, but when it comes to rhymes, you might be a bit thick. Ireland, you're witty with knowledge to flaunt, but on this mic, you're a mere debutante. Here's the chorus. Mason and Ireland, you better brace, because this diss track's about to put you in your place. You talk sports all day, but now it's my turn to spit fire on the mic. Watch this diss track burn.
All right.
Yeah.
That's
All
very
right.
good.
So that goes on for 3 or 4 more paragraphs.
Yeah.
And then he types in, write a Sedano and Kaplan diss track.
Okay.
All right. Listen up. It's time to make clear. Sedano and Kaplan, it's your turn to hear. The truth laid bare in rhymes that sting. I'm the one in control. I pull the strings. Sedano, you're smooth with that radio vibe. But in the rap game, you're just a small tribe. Kaplan, you bring the heat with passion so bold. But against my bars, you're left out in the cold. Here's the chorus. Sedano and Kaplan, it's time to face. This diss track's about to put you in your place. You talk sports all day, but now it's my turn to spit fire on the mic and watch the diss track burn. So the chorus is identical.
It's identical,
But the other
yeah.
stuff wasn't bad for
No,
it.
it's good. It's
Pretty
good.
good.
Now, are you guys going to do it?
I don't know. We'll have to. Cappy's got a new best friend, Romeo on Your Radio from K-Day.
Oh, nice.
So I think he said he would potentially reach out to Romeo to see if he could help him with said diss track.
Because you'd be good at a diss track, Happy.
Yeah, I think I also need Romeo to help me with the beat. I got to kind of come up with a beat. I got to get into the studio.
The second Sonato and Cap verse is actually pretty good.
Let's hear it.
Your chemistry's strong, your show's quite a hit, but in this rap battle, you're just not fit. I'm the lyrical master, the king of the beat, and against my flow, you're facing defeat.
There you go. That's good. That's good.
Not terrible.
By the way, if you're like Drake now and you hear that, you're like, what am I wasting my time writing bars for? I mean, I should just go to ChatGPT.
So one of the things you said in the pro, I thought you said people around here are sensitive and wouldn't deal with it well. I think most people would roll with it. Don't you?
Yeah. Well, I heard you guys talk about this, and you could hear George say that everybody would be so pissed if we did a diss track, and you guys both said that you are no longer offendable.
I'm not offendable anymore.
I don't think I am.
I'm not offendable.
I mean, you've come a long. I never believed you were.
Right.
You've come a long way. If that's the case.
I cannot.
You haven't said you've lost a friend in a long time.
Years.
I am no longer offendable. Like, I've heard too many bad things about myself to think.
Now,
I'm offended.
Are you okay that Sean McVay's coming on the show next week?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I hope we had less on this week, so it's a fair.
Mace, I have a question for you though.
Yes.
Who has conditioned you to be unoffendable? Who has said the meanest, nastiest?
Oh, Morales. Easily.
Okay. Yeah, Morales.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah.
Why does
he says
do
it about
that?
everybody.
I know why. Why?
It's in his nature.
He literally, when he walked into the studio Monday, said his direct quote is "F you, a-hole."
Oh, nice.
I'm like, you're kidding me? That's the opener?
Right.
That's the opening line?
Right.
Where are we going from here?
Yeah. Right. I know. And I think gutless scumbag is bad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, no. I think to do what we do, you kind of have to be unoffendable. Or you got to at least try it.
I would agree.
Yeah. There's just too much out there.
Especially after the Laker defeat on Monday night. My God, I made one.
Wait, but
one
how about this? A caveat. I feel like, you know who's also come a long way?
Who dat?
Sliwa.
I agree.
Well, I said earlier, they said, who would be most offended if you two did a diss track? And I said, Slee is pretty sensitive, but Laura thinks he's past
He's
it
come
now.
a long way.
Slee rolls with it pretty good.
Let me
now.
tell you something. There was a time
century.
he was not. I mean,
Well, that was the original trial of the century.
Yeah.
He was legitimately furious with me.
Sliwa at Sunset.
And
I remember.
And then I think
You're gonna fuck this
I think
up.
the trial of the century went so well that he kind of got over it.
Sliwa at Sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great
Those
time.
crosstalks were fun to listen to.
Oh, they were so awkward.
With gin.
Yeah, gin and
how many guys from the Athletic?
a Murphy bed.
3.
You know that yesterday Morales
from the Athletic.
That was the guy from the Athletic.
Morales threatened him yesterday that he was going to stay on and do live imaging Tuesday through Laker Talk.
Through 8 o'clock.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And you can hear the nervousness in his voice.
I'm sure. So,
Seriously,
Cappy,
I'm not having
I'm still able to use the hotel room tomorrow. Is that the game plan?
Yeah. So game plan is this, Mace. So George and I will be at Hennessy's
In Hermosa.
In Hermosa.
10 minutes from Ireland's
By the way,
house.
that is a great spot.
Cappy
you
and
guys
I
are
went
gonna
there.
love
We've
it.
been there. Cappy and I went there. Was it last year we went there?
We were there when the Chargers,
were playing a
playing
playoff
the
game.
Chiefs. Chargers.
No, it was a
playing the
Monday
Chiefs.
night game or Thursday
Right.
night game or something like that. Yeah,
and
yeah,
remember, that's the game that Justin Herbert had
got
gotten
hurt in the ribs.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah. And we went. It was me, you, and Lindsay.
Right.
And then I went down. You know where I took them afterwards? Ireland. We actually went to
Slay.
No, we went to the one in Manhattan Beach. The
the
Hennessy's in
Hennessy.
Manhattan
Oh,
Beach,
yeah.
not Hermosa.
On
and then I
Manhattan
took
Beach
them to the
Boulevard, yeah.
Manhattan Beach Creamery.
Oh,
and
so
Cappy
good.
had so we were having ice cream and Cappy went in a milkshake because he said he wanted to save calories, except he saw them putting multiple
Nine
scoops
scoops. Nine scoops of ice cream.
into the
Yeah.
milkshake.
I think you kind of lost that battle.
So Cappy, I'm
Nice
going to
scoop.
use the hotel room, but you will not have been in this hotel room, right?
Correct. Here's what will happen. I will be driving from South LA
Okay.
directly to Hermosa Beach.
Right.
You will get off the air at approximately this time tomorrow.
Yep.
You will walk across the street to the East Central Hotel.
Yes.
You will walk in. At that point, there will be instructions left at the front desk that Steve Mason is checking in to Cap's room.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Third person.
All right.
And then you will go into that room, and you will use the bed, use the shower. I prefer that you not go number 2 in the bathroom. That's fine. I mean, if you have to, you have to. There's a lobby bathroom. You know? And then what will happen is you and I will meet later at the game.
Yeah.
At the Laker game.
Right.
And then I will go back to the East Central that night, and you will go home.
And I will have been there, but you don't care. Even if I've like rumpled the
What if he has a tryst?
sheets? Yeah, what if I bring a trick back?
That depends. That depends. Who's the trick?
What if it's one?
Trick.
What if it's one and then he comes by for a quickie?
Sure, one stops by.
If that happens, if you and Juan have a quickie in my room,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is.
Whoa.
Just
I
have the
know.
maids
It
make up the
will not-
room.
It will not happen. There will be no.
You will never know.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah, you would never know.
If they call the maids, you'd never know.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced, John Ireland, that at some point Steve Mason is going to do it with a woman, and then that.
Well, that's already been done.
I was just going to say he has. Yes.
I used to know his old girlfriend.
Yeah, he knew my girlfriend.
But he
We
swears
lived
it'll
together.
never happen again. He says he'll. I say it will.
By the way, here's what I
Bring
think
back
of when I
that
think
trick.
of Diane Mason's old girlfriend.
Who has passed away?
Oh no,
May
kidding.
she rest
She
in
passed
peace.
away very, very young.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah.
But
R.I.P..
the thing I always think of when I think about her is your New Year's Eve toast.
Oh yes.
I was with you for New Year's Eve when we're a big group us together.
Yeah.
And Mace raises a glass. He goes, I want to propose a toast. And he looks right at Diane and he goes, here's to the best thing that ever happened to you. Me. Everybody drank. It was funny.
That's a very touching toast. Yeah, very touching.
That sounds
toast.
a lot like you, though. I got to be honest.
It does
you
sound
say that
me.
at
It
her
does.
memorial?
It tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that at her memorial service?
No, I did not. I was not. I never got back to the memorial. But God bless her. She was a very
time you went
talented
back
girl.
a couple weeks ago. It's the first time you've been back in a long time.
Yeah,
right?
37 years. Then I've been back to Bowling Green.
Yeah.
My alma
And how
mater.
did you? How did that go? That you were in? Were you an invited speaker? Did you call him and go, "Hey, I'm going to be in town. I'd love to share some wisdom"?
I was invited by somebody who used to be in Los Angeles, who's now a professor there, who remembers me from brought me back, and I talked to one lecture hall and then 2 classes and a trip to the radio station.
So, Cappy, if you were asked to speak to a group of college students, what would be the most important piece of advice you would want them to get from you?
Hey guys, this is all for the men out there. Don't get married until you're 45.
Really?
Yeah, that's my advice.
That's your advice.
That's
I don't
my
know,
advice.
45.
45 is kind of late in the game.
Listen,
I made it to 38.
I did too, 37. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good age because if you do want to have children, right? I feel like 45, you're just getting married. Then you want to have kids. You want to be the 70-year-old guy at your kid's high school
Yeah,
graduation?
Yes, you do.
No, absolutely not.
The opposite side of, I think where you and I got married is right about in the sweet spot because all of my friends, and I'm maybe 9, 10 of these guys that got married in their 20s, all divorced.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah, I mean,
you got married in your 20s, right, Cappy?
Yeah, I got married at 29, and I would say that if you got married at 45 and you have 2 kids by the time you're 50, that when you're 70 and your second kid is graduating high school, you're going to feel like a very, very spry 70-year-old, as opposed to like what I'm going to be. I'm going to be 70, and my son's going to be 50.
Yeah,
or,
by the way,
or 30.
40,
my
wife may be listening. I did screw that up. I was 34. I was 37 when we had our first child.
Right.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But
I
still
was
mid-30s.
I was 39 when I settled with Juan.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Which
that's
is
the way
about right.
That's
Yeah.
the way to
Yeah.
go.
It's been that long?
Yeah, 39.
Wow.
Uh,
I mean, did you see the shot he just took at you? It's been that long?
I actually
that's not
took
a
it
shot.
as a compliment.
yeah.
I've managed to keep a relationship alive.
How long's it been, you and Juan together?
Almost 19
20
years.
years,
Almost
right?
19
Almost 20,
years,
yeah.
yeah.
You guys have been together longer than I was married.
See?
How long were you married, Cap?
17 years and then like officially divorced after.
So
mean,
I would say that's
and
a
then, like-
successful marriage.
Yeah, that was a good run.
And I would say a third of that he's been in court after that.
Yeah, that part of it has been very,
Obviously,
very.
you can't control that.
That is true, unfortunately. It's sad but true. It's
Yeah.
a sad tale, but it's one that must be told.
All right.
All right, I got to get to the gym.
Oh, wow. So you're going to hear the... By the way, Cappy, May said he's now a big fan of the 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, the 6
He
o'clock
feels like
hour
we
is
get a little
awesome.
extra loose in the 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, yesterday when he started texting us, I was like, what are you doing listening at 6? Oh, the gym, right?
The gym, exactly.
right, the
My
new
days
maze.
have changed. All right, we're back tomorrow at 1. By the way,
To
Michael
shock the world.
Michael Thompson's
Tomorrow,
going to be
shock
here.
the world
Oh, geez.
Thursday.
All
Pepe
right.
Mantilla is going to be here. It'll be